Let me check. We're good to go. twdnewh?
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm always ready.
You were born ready, yeah? You were one of those?
I guess so.
Okay. Okay, brackets are up. I'll link it to you, okay?
I got
it. You already got them?
Yeah.
Okay, where do you have the first? Oh my god. That was fast. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Winners. With me is twdnewh. This is the SC2 MENA Cup number 12, and goddamn, I'm excited. I'm talking so fast tonight. That's because I missed last week's cup. And you, Mr. twdnewh, are you ready?
I'm always ready, Winners. And again, apologies to our many fans that for missing out on last week's cup.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Unfortunately, due to personal circumstances, we were not able to make it.
I take the blame.
We're back here for the 12th edition of the MENA Cup, and I am extremely excited to be back in the casting chair with my good friend Winners. And we are already invited into the first game, Winners, and it's actually about to start.
My god, what is happening? Rupture, he's Egyptian, he knows what's going on. Chiari, oh god, where is he from? Libya?
Chiari, I think might be Algerian. I'm not.
Algerian, yes, Algerian.
Yes.
That's the one. That's the one with the green flag, like his color. Introductions, please.
That's right, Winners. So here we are. Our first player, the Protoss, on the top right corner in the green trunks. It is Chiari, and in the bottom left corner, it is our pink Zerg Rupture from Egypt. So we're starting off this tournament with the ZVP, one of my favorite matchups. What about you, Winners? What do you think of this match overall, and do you really think Protoss has been having a bad time in this?
Let's see. Zergs have been doing a lot better than Protosses tournament-wise, but statistically speaking, they haven't done badly. It's just in tournaments that they haven't been performing well. I think Protoss is very difficult to play against Zerg, especially if they do not make the right decisions. And I think, well, Chiari has already made a wrong decision by being supply blocked for about 10 seconds at the start of the game. It's definitely very hurtful, but Zergs, I think, they've been having a great time, and Rupture has been showing us great games, so I think Rupture might have a good chance, especially on Cloud Kingdom here. Not too easy or difficult to defend the natural to get the second, and the third isn't too far away either, especially with creep and the fast units that Zerg has. Should be easy to defend, I think. Even getting a fourth, so I think the way the map plays, from my point of view, please don't quote me on this, I think Zergs have a better time on this map.
I'll concur, Winners. Definitely, you know, whenever the Zerg has access to easy third and fourth base, you can almost certainly say it is a Zerg favorite map. And back to what we were saying about the current metagame with ZVP. If Protoss doesn't kill the Zerg with the, I mean, as far as from what I've been seeing, if Protoss doesn't kill the Zerg with a very strong timing push, you know, by the time he takes his third or about to take his third, it becomes very difficult for him, because once Zerg goes into hive tech and gets those Blood Lords out, then it becomes incredibly difficult for the Protoss to deal with it. And I think that's why we're seeing Zergs perform better in the current competitive level.
That is absolutely correct here, but nice. Chiari has been denying that expansion here for quite some time, and I think Rapture is going to take the third. That's exactly what he does there. He doesn't want to waste any more time, as the Nexus is already halfway. So good on Chiari. He went for a Forge, fast expand. That is something you have to do as a Protoss to keep up with the Zerg. Only in rare circumstances you will see them not fast expanding, especially on maps which are a bit larger. I do not think that this is one of the bigger maps, but it is definitely up there. I'd say it's more like Shattered Temple kind of size. But what I do like here for the Zerg is the many pathways that are available to him. I think especially with speedling run bys or such can be very effective if the Protoss is out of position.
That's right, winners. And if you look at the potential third base for the Protoss, that ramp is really wide, and it's really very easy for the Zerg to access, like you mentioned earlier. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Chiari go for some kind of two-base play. You know, maybe try to max out off two bases with Colossi and go for that very, very powerful 200-200 push. In the meantime, Rupture has very wisely taken his natural now for a total of 3 bases. And looks like the game has kind of settled down for a bit, and we will see both players try to macro up, accumulate units maybe, and it'll just be a matter of time before we see the Protoss' tech of choice here.
Well, that's a definite, well, not my favorite SimCity here for Chiari, I have to admit, but I guess it'll do for the time being. He was able to deny that natural for quite some time, but he hasn't been back to scout. And if we see Chiari's vision, he knows about the third, and I'm sure he assumes that the natural has been taken, but I would still like him to push out, and that's exactly what he's doing with these 3 Zealots. Maybe take out a Queen, get rid of a few Zerglings. These 3 Zealots might not look like much to the average gamer, but they can put on a lot of hurt.
Indeed they can. For Zealots, very cost-efficient units, especially when you get the charge upgrade. They have a lot of HP, and their damage, although it's only a melee attack, it can deal a lot of damage very quickly, especially to the fragile Zerg units. And here we see that the Queen is actually gonna fall down here, and very careless from Rupture here. He was very late to react, and he still doesn't push all his Zerglings back here to try and defend. And I love the placement of these Zealots by Chiari, able to deal as much damage while taking the least damage possible. And I can already say this attack has been very successful for him. And I think Rupture needs more presence on the map. He really had no scouting and no units at the Zalnaga towers, and was not able to see this coming, even though he should have.
Yeah, that is exactly it. I mean, taking out a Queen, taking out a few Zerglings. Maybe did he take down any drones? He killed down 1 worker. So I mean, those Zealots, they did pay for themselves. I think it was an even trade, and Rupture wisely now taking the watchtower here in the middle of the map towards his opponent's side. Always a nice thing to do. Even a drone coming along. I'm not sure what the drone's doing there, but Rupture might have something that I have no idea about.
Well, he is taking both his gas guiders now. He does have 2 evolution chambers up, so it looks like he will be pumping out those upgrades fairly soon here. His Roach Warren is also about to finish, whereas we still haven't seen anything other than gateways from the Protoss player winners.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. Only how many gateways does he have? He has six gateways.
Looks like it's going to be a 6-gate timing here. Very popular timing we've seen from Protoss time and time again. But here's Rupture's Overlord making its way towards the main here. He's going to spot this, and
he's going to see everything.
Yeah, he's going to see everything, and I'm almost certain we're going to see a few spine crawlers being dropped around both the natural and the third. But yeah, I mean, it's very unfortunate that it was scouted. Great timing by Rupture. Let's see what Chiari can make out of this, as he is pushing out on the map with a few Zealots and some sentries.
Yeah, that's right. 3 sentries and 4 Zealots, but 32 Zerglings are out on the map. Speed has just started, and why? Excuse me, there are a few more over here. He's been hiding. He has 6 sentries and
Yeah,
5
that's where the
stalkers.
proxy pylon is at.
Yeah, I did not see that, and actually he can do a lot of damage. Those sentries, they have a lot of force fields right now, and
These
let's
Zerglings
see.
are extremely out of position,
Yep.
winners. Look where they are. They're at the Naga Tower here, and here's the attack by Protoss. I think he might be able to take out this third hatchery if he fires it. And unfortunately for Rupture, the spying crawlers were not up in time, even though he did have more than enough time after scouting the 6th gate. Zerglings now making their way in, and look at this, winners.
Oh,
Speed
bad
just
force fields.
doesn't have
though.
speed, winners. No,
No.
metabolic boost for the Zerglings.
No.
How did Rupture miss that? Oh my god, and now all these slow Zerglings are going to be taken out very easily by this Protoss force, and
Roaches are
winners.
incoming, but I don't think he's definitely going to lose the third, and he's going to suffer a lot of damage at the second as well.
that's right. It's just wait to see if Carey will choose to pursue this further. He's already done more than enough here, taking out the third, and I'm still very surprised that Rupture didn't have speed yet. It was it's probably one of the, if not the first upgrade you should have as Zerg. In any case, we do have a few roaches out now, and 4 spine crawlers in the making, so eventually he should have enough to defend this, but it's going to be a matter of if Chiari chooses to pursue this further or not, and looks like he might just do that, wisely pushing the Zealots in the front, and looks like we're going to have another engagement, winners.
Oh yeah, the roaches are in the back, not doing anything. Zerglings are going to be picked off, and Rupture, I think he's going to lose to this very simple push.
It certainly looks like it, winners. Overlord's going to be taken out now.
Supply blocked yet again. That's another 100 minerals, and the spine crawlers on borrow. Actually, there was a.
Chiari could have used that opportunity to try and do some damage, and
He's
he
gonna
does see
take
it
it
now,
now.
so he will get a free pot shots at these spine crawlers, and that's always a good thing. First one taken down already.
Second one, third one now as well.
And yes, third one is down. Some okay force fields was able to cut out some of these roaches, but winners, it looks like you're right. Looks like Carey might go all the way with this.
Yep, I think so. These stalkers, now that Spinecrawler is going to follow, there's still a couple of 3 sentries, and there another Overlord is going to bite the dust. Poor thing, and there's the GG from Rupture. Dear God.
Wow, that was a very surprising turn of events, winners. I actually didn't notice that Rupture was still on slow Zerglings, and I think that was the that was the mistake which cost him the game.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he didn't even realize that he researched this too late, or maybe he just caught it a little later than he should have. In any case, that great 2-base timing by Chiari was able to win in the game, and he's up 1-0 in this first series.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. Rupture, he got off to a great start. I mean, okay, his scouting was a bit off. He did not see that initial push. The first queen went down, but again, he missed that early, the hidden pylon there that was also important. The units were out of position. He kept on losing overlords. He was constantly supply blocked. Bad rally points. Zerglings attacking without the roaches.
And he did see it. He did scout it, winners. I mean, that Overlord did see the 6th gate, so he should have known what's coming. Yet he did not put up the spine crawlers as soon as he saw it. That's something, again, which he should have done. In addition to the slow Zerglings, that was more than enough for Carey to take the win.
Yep, that is absolutely right. Antigua Shipyard is the map of choice for Rupture here, and not a bad choice. Quite a nice map for Zergs, at least from my experience, but also for Protoss. There are a lot of nice ways.
It's an overall favorite map. I mean, especially in the tournaments. If you recall, 2 tournaments ago, our second map was almost always Antigua Shipyard.
Yep.
So it seems to be a definite favorite between our players here in the MENA region. In any case, in spawning in the 12 o'clock position, once again as the Pink Zerg down 0-1 in this first series, in the first round of the StarCraft 2 MENA Cup. It is the Pink Zerg Rupture from Egypt, and on the bottom 6 o'clock position, it is the Green Protoss Carey leading the series 1-0 with a very impressive 2-base timing. A little bit lucky, I think, but it was able to get him the win, and that's all that matters. Back to you, winners.
Yeah, thank you very much. And yes, I do not think that it should have worked. It should not. It wouldn't have worked against the greater Zerg like, let's say, Gunman. Yeah, who has impeccable unit control. But there are other Zergs out there who are quite talented, and I think Rupture would need to work a bit on his decision making, maybe along with what he does. And yes, Chiari has revealed that Rupture is from Egypt, but he actually lives in California. And it is 7 o'clock in the morning for him there, but he is there and he is playing.
I can imagine the difficulty for him with the, of course, the distance comes the little delay in play. So kudos to him. A big thank you to him. Even though he's so far away, he's still constantly participating in our weekly cups.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's definitely set an example here, which a lot of people can choose to follow.
And now again we have a 15 pool here, pool and gas before hatchery, and again Chiari will be able to get his expansion up a lot quicker than his opponent. Very unusual. I would have expected, at least on this map, for Rupture to go hatch first.
Like we've seen a lot, winners, Zergs are just too afraid of the hatch first against Protoss. They know that the Protoss almost always goes for a Forge Fast Expand, and you know, with the Forge you have the ability to drop down the cannons, and it's extremely easy for the Protoss to deny the fast hatch for the Zerg. But as we see this time, a little deviation from the norm. Chiari going for a Nexus first, actually dropping that Nexus down before the Forge, so going for a little riskier play this game. I guess he feels a little confident after his first win, and still no expo from our Zerg friend Rupture.
Yeah, I mean, the later he gets it, the further he falls behind, and you do not want to be behind as a Zerg against any Protoss or Terran as we know it. The Forge completes, the gateway is up as well. At least one cannon's gonna be dropped, and I think a second one somewhere maybe behind the mineral line with an additional pylon to block off Zergling run-bys, preferably, but not always the norm. And yes, the Nexus has completed, and as the hatchery starts for Rupture, so Chiari at this point, he's ahead for me.
Wouldn't you think, though, that it's a very odd place to drop down the Forge and the forward pylon? Ideally, I'd think that most Protosses would do it somewhere at the ramp, just on top of the ramp, to wall in at that position. Because this wall in isn't really, doesn't look like it can stop much. Like you always like to say, 12 Ultralisks can reach the mineral line, so...
Well, I don't think anyone except Terran walls in at the ramp.
I don't mean the ramp at the main, I mean the ramp just outside the expansion between the natural and the third base.
Yeah. No Protoss, as far as I know, walls in there. Except if you're called Puma and you get a macro Nexus.
In any case, that was Hero, by the way. But,
oh, that was Hero, sorry, my bad.
Because the thing is, with this wall-in, the right side of the Nexus is extremely open and very vulnerable to Zergling run-bys, and although he has one cannon there, I do not think it's sufficient enough to completely defend that mineral line. In any case, let's get back into business. Zerg doesn't have his natural up now, much later than the Protoss, unfortunately for him. But he is now taking a third, which I'd love to see. Whenever Protoss goes for Nexus first or Forge Fast Expand. And looks like everything is fairly standard from here, winners.
Yeah, fairly standard indeed. He put the cybernetic score down here, very interesting. Chiari did. I would have put it somewhere up, as you said, if a run-by does occur and the cybernetic score does go down, that could be very impactful towards the long run of the game, but maybe this is something Chiari does. As he invests money into a third cannon, he's very wary of his opponent, and right now he's not putting any pressure on. Rupture can take his sweet time, get the creep spread going, drone up. He's already at 40 drones compared to the 23 probes there. Another 7 in production, and we see Stargate play this time. Double Stargate play from Chiari.
Right, double Stargate play. It's this will work only if the Zerg is not able to scout it in time. If he does, then he can more than prepare for it in time. So I'm really interested to see if Chiari will decide to push out maybe with the first couple of Void Rays, or he will decide to accumulate a few before going out. I'm not a big fan of this, because I feel it's very, very all-in-ish. If you invest this much in Stargate play and it does not work, you're almost certainly going to lose the game. So yeah, that's my take on it. What do you think of this double Stargate?
Well, let's see. Two more queens coming out here for for Rupture, but yes, I agree. If the Zerg does spot it, as the Overlord does see it now,
Well, he does see one.
he
He
does
does see
see
only
one.
one, so he doesn't
But
know it's double Stargate. But you know,
He
he'll
can
still
prepare.
prepare for it. Yeah, he'll definitely drop down a couple of spore crawlers. I hope to see him react better than he did in the first game, where he saw the 6 gates and did absolutely nothing. You know, delayed the spine crawlers for a bit for no reason, and Chiari very wisely is rallying his second Stargate units behind his mineral line, wants to hide his second one, and maybe hoping to do a lot of damage, but
It's not gonna happen.
it's not
9
going to
spore
happen now with 9
crawlers.
spore crawlers. Definitely not. In another, you know, in another scenario, winners, this would have worked very well for Chiari, as you know, the Zerg is investing a lot in these air defenses. So, you know, that's less drones, less expansions for the Zerg, which is always a good thing. Unfortunately for him, Rupture did overreact, and in this particular case, it is actually a good decision.
Yeah, I know. Well, the creep threat is kind of getting out there. It could be better. We're at the 10-minute mark. It could be further along, but Rupture's too preoccupied looking for those air units, which are on their way now, and I mean, well, they aren't gonna do much. The Phoenix to pick up the queens, maybe, but 2 spore crawlers.
He needed a couple of more Phoenix, I think.
Yeah.
And now the Zerglings do spot it, so Chiari's attack will almost certainly be thwarted. His creep spread, I think, is not good at all. He should have been close to the center of the map by now. But in any case, let's see what these Void Rays, how much damage they can do.
Yeah, a macro hatch going up as well as a Baneling nest. Baneling's not a bad idea. Not too many ground units to stop them. If he just Baneling goes for a Baneling bust here at the natural, I mean, that could work wonders. As the air units are fended off now yet again by the spore crawlers. There goes the Phoenix. One queen
Phoenix
goes down, but
and the Void Rays, oh, they are in range of the Hydralisk Den. I think that was a very poor choice for Rupture to put down the Hydralisk Den, especially when he knew that the Void Rays are coming. In any case,
nice transfuse
great transfuse.
here.
That's right, saves one queen, and looks like the Void Rays will be able to escape without much damage. Again, Chiari invested way too much into this, and it hasn't yielded any results. And
Nope.
because of this, he's about 40 supply below his opponent, which is never a good thing for Protoss 10 minutes into the game.
And now there's gonna be a speedling run by, because, well, Rupture will know that there's been a lot invested into the air units. The third will definitely be denied here. Centrical hooks on the way, meaning Baneling speed, and I mean, he's just gonna roll in there and maybe take out the natural and make it 1-all in the series. Now as well, Colossi tech coming out, but it's all a bit costly.
It might be a little too late, winners.
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to note is that Rupture's resource counter is reaching a little too high. He's before the 32 Baneling transformation, he was up about around 2k minerals and 2k gas, which is something he should, I think, maybe work on. Try and use up those resources as much as possible.
And now here
we see the Banelings rolling in with their speed upgrades.
Are they gonna go for the Nexus?
He needs great force field, but it's actually a very good force field. And
that's pretty ugly to look at.
Yeah, what's Rupture doing? He's not.
Oh dear.
He wasn't controlling his Banelings at all, and now he's lost a lot of them. And oh, Chiari, man, and with the Colossi out now, those Zerglings cannot do anything. Looks like he's gonna take them all out. Very push-trucive attack by Rupture, losing all his Banelings, and will lose all his Zerglings as well. Will he at least take out the Nexus?
No.
And he is trying to, but
no. Second
all
Colossi
that
comes
into
in
the Banelings and does almost absolutely nothing. Great defense by Chiari, was able to at least save the Nexus for the time being, even though he wasn't able to save the third.
Yeah.
Rupture, in the meantime, did take a 4th base over at the right side of the map.
Correct.
But he's definitely in poor shape here, as he's now only 9 supply over his opponent. He lost way too much in that engagement.
Well, looking at the resource lost counting station, 5,500 for Rupture and only 2,000 for Chiari. So, well,
that's more than telling.
and now he's gonna. Is he gonna try it again now with 2 Colossi out
He
here?
really wants to get that Nexus, but the Nexus shields are already recharging, and they are recharging fast. So, if Rupture wants to do something, he needs to do it now. The least it's doing is at least denying the Protoss the third, but the Protoss
they're gonna just gonna morph
so
now as the Colossi come in, and more of them are gonna be taken out. And well, the more he loses here, well, Chiari actually.
This is really, really bad for Rupture winners. I can't believe he threw away his massive lead like that.
Yeah.
There was absolutely no reason to rush 32's, Banelings and lump sum of Zerglings into that Nexus, and to top it off, he didn't even kill it. I think he should try and maybe tech up a bit, as we do see him now drop a Spire down. He needs to find a way to regain his lead, as although he is up in supply, he lost way too much units in that attack, and it was really unnecessary. I would love to ask him, after the game, what was his reasoning behind that. But in the time being, we see that the Void Rays are back into action, accompanied by a single Stalker and forward pylon. So the Protoss looks like he is ready for his attack finally. Only 100 supply though, so
I mean,
would it be enough, winners? I mean, once the Spire is up, with the amount of resources Rupture has, he'll be able to make double-digit Spires very fast. But it'll be like, the question is, will we be able to make it in time, and will the Protoss able to do enough damage before this happens?
Well, the hidden base, I think, is gonna not be scouted at all during this match. Only one observer out here for our Protoss friend here, but he is still hanging on. But I do not agree him sitting out there in the middle of the map with a few units that he has. If he loses all of them, it is practically
He did warp
over.
in a couple of Zealots into the Zerg main, and they are now going to town on the drones. In the meantime, looks like he is going for that Zerg third base, and I think he'll be able to take it down, no problems. Great force fields to block the any kind of backup coming from the ramps.
Well, the third is down. The drones are
block
gonna.
out all the drones down here.
But here come in the Mutalisks, and
he does not have enough Stalkers to defend against a number of Mutalisks. But
he does have 3 Void Rays in there.
The Mutas need the Zerglings, man. The Mutas need the Zerglings to try and take out the Stalkers, and with those force fields, he's not able to get those Zerglings in. But I'm surprised he didn't try and trap the Protoss units, because right now their only access is that ramp, and it's very unfortunate to see that Rupture has allowed
twdnewh, I think Chiari's gonna win this.
I don't know, when it looks like Rupture's just not making the right choices.
Yeah,
I don't know why he allowed
fields.
Chiari to run away, but now there's a massive engagement here, lots of Zerglings, but great force fields. The Zerglings aren't able to reach the Protoss units. The single Colossi does go out now, and the Mutas are dropping down in numbers.
But now the Void Rays are taking care of business here.
That's right, winners, and the Mutas are all dead. Zerglings only remain, which can't do anything towards those Void Rays, and I don't know, winners. He might be able to defend for the time being, but the Protoss has already established his third base,
That is right.
He will catch up in supply.
Yeah, so we have 46. Well, Protoss has more probes at this point and a higher income. It's just that hidden one which is keeping him afloat for the time being here. Now the Mutalisks are going to town on these Void Rays. The last one will go down eventually. Between them, they had more than 50 kills, which is quite significant.
Ridiculous,
Exactly.
Actually. Although he did in the end throw them out for free, and he only took out a couple of Mutas before losing all 3 Void Rays. I would have liked him to see him pull it back, but those Void Rays have been very successful for him, and I think Chiari is in a position to maybe accumulate more units here and maybe go for that 200 push fairly soon here.
Yeah, he's getting another base, and I feel that the Protoss, again, as most people do not scout enough. Well, he'll be kicking himself if he doesn't watch the replay, and I hope he does, because without this base here, if he would have removed that, the game would definitely be in his favor.
Right, but one thing I've noticed that Gary, although he stopped making Colossi, he still hasn't transitioned out of it. Oh, okay, there's the Templar archive, so we're most likely going to see Archons incorporated. Yes, one Archon already forming, and things are looking good for him. The only thing I'd like to comment on is the number of workers. He's okay on 63, but he should have had 63 about 10 minutes ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did eventually get that number, but I think he got a little too late, and it was all back to that investment on the double Stargate.
We have Baneling drops incoming here, 3 o'clock. There are a couple of overlords filled with Banelings, and this could be devastating here for the income of Chiari.
Yeah, a couple of Baneling drops here at the mineral line will be able to kill out a lot of probes.
No
and
defense.
Like
here we go.
He hasn't moved back his probes yet, and the Banelings are gonna drop down, killing almost all the probes. Oh man! Winners, please tell me how many workers did Chiari lose in those 5 seconds?
Well, in total he's lost 50.
Oh god, then he's down to 43 now. He had 63 a few minutes ago, so that Baneling drop was able to take
20.
out at least 20 probes, Winners.
That is ugly, and
that's
now
ugly to say the least.
Mutas are gonna probably come in, harass the main a bit, and to split up the forces of the Protoss.
Right, the Rupture finally making good use of those Mutas, and the Protoss will be forced to move all those Stalkers back. He does blink into the main.
Blink
But Mutas are already doing a lot of good damage here, as they are still taking out more probes, and
all
he's
probes
down to
are
only
gone.
34 probes, Winners. He was over 60 just a minute ago.
That is right, and no money even now to remake probes. He knows that there's an imminent attack coming. He spent a lot of money here on that little defensive wall, which is going to be annihilated by Banelings and Zerglings. More Archons moving. He did not invest in Storm either. The Twilight Council is unpowered for the time being. He's trying to get more probes out. His main is pretty much mined out, so is his natural. The third, well, they're plenty of minerals but no probes, and well, Rupture, well, he managed to get back into it as he's now maxed out, and he's just gonna roll in, and well, Chiari, I think he's gonna GG.
I think this match is gonna be over very soon here. Hive tech on the way, so once this attack, even if this attack does not kill off the Protoss, Broodlords will be coming into the mix fairly soon here.
Drops.
It drops, but he
Archons
dropped the Banelings on the Archons, man. Why is he doing that? But I think the sheer numbers of Rupture's army might just be enough.
Okay, well, he is making Zerglings.
Chiari's army is just too small, Winners. Although Rupture is making a lot of mistakes, Chiari's army might be too small. He did suffer a lot of damage to his income, and I think this is what will eventually win the game for Rupture.
Yeah, and he's still focusing on those 2 main bases. He still thinks that Rupture is on 2 bases, but he's actually on 5 at this point. So that's okay. But he's got +3 attacks, so Rupture should be careful. Here's the surround, and oh dear, I have no idea what is going on. Archons are being taken out, and I think that should be GG right here. Supply is down to 50. Chiari is trying to warp in a few units as well as Archons, but there's just nothing that he has that can defend against what
this
Rupture.
Match is definitely over, Winners.
Yeah, and it looks like we'll be going to game 3 unless Chiari will create the greatest comeback of all time of the SC2 MENA Cup history. Warp Prism play, well, I think it's a bit late for that. Now 13 Banelings moving in here. Well, they're morphing at this point. They'll be moving in shortly. We have Zerg melee attack level 3 adrenal glands being researched as well here, and here we go. This should be the final engagement.
It certainly looks like it. The Protoss supply is plummeting here, more than it already dropped, and these Stalkers with whatever, even if the best blink micro in the world will not be enough, and once this third base goes down, I think Chiari will wisely tap out and go for a game 3.
That is right, the third base has been annihilated, more probes have gone down. In total, Rupture has killed 92 workers, behold 92, and each drone each probe costs 50 to make, so you do the math how much that is in total. Resource counting station resources lost, they're actually even at 26,000. Remember that large discrepancy at the beginning, but there's the GG from Chiari conserving his energy. Rupture makes it 1-1, and well, even using low tier units for that Muta Ling combination for such a long time, he did leave Chiari a brief chance to win the match, but that hidden base surely saved him, at least from my point of view.
Definitely. As you've pointed out before, the scouting wasn't the best in the world by Chiari. That third base was up and running, from fourth base was up and running for a completely, for almost the whole game, completely unchallenged. Overall, although Rupture did make a lot of mistakes, actually, initially throwing away all those Zerglings and Banelings without the Nexus, and not flanking the Protoss attack after killing off the third base. But Chiari just didn't capitalize on his lead, and that great Baneling drop by Rupture was able to completely annihilate the resources for the income for the Protoss. And once the Zerg, in combination with the fourth hidden base, was able to accumulate enough units, the Protoss was just not able to catch up.
Yep, that is absolutely right there, and I think we have the invite for the next game, don't we?
I am still waiting for mine.
I'm still waiting as well.
Oh, okay. But definitely interesting game. One of the more, I think, educational kind of games. More on what not to do than what to do, actually, but
yes.
Still okay. Still a
yes.
good.
It's all about
educational experience.
Learning. Yes. So again, my name is Winners. With me is twdnewh. We do all the casting for the SC2 related events in the Middle East and North Africa region. We have a Facebook group, a Facebook page that's called SC2 MENA. We also have a Twitter handle. For twdnewh, it is twdnewh. Don't ask me how to spell it. I don't know myself, but I'm sure he can let you know.
It is twdnewh. Don't ask me what it means. It is just a random letters put together to create a unique ID. Alright, so we're in a more one of my favorite maps, GSL Daybreak. So finally
Daybreak.
A non-Antigua shipyard map. And looks like both players are ready. We should be starting the game any second now.
Yep. Go.
Any updates on the scores of the other matches, Winners?
Yep. So Dan, the defending champion, has progressed. He won against Seraphim 2-0. Isamu, there apparently his score was 100-0, but his opponent still advanced. Gunman advanced as well, and we're waiting for Bulletproof and Wolf. And I mean, matches are moving. I don't know if all the brackets have been filled at this point.
Almost everything's been played, so it looks like everything is going according to schedule for the time being. Alright, so yeah, both players are ready now, so I think we should be starting.
Yep.
The countdown to game number 3 in this Protoss vs Zerg Chiari from Algeria facing off against Rupture from Egypt on GSL Daybreak. This is a 2-player map, but it has been it is quite a wide map. It is a big map, and it has shown us great games time and time again. So definitely one of my favorites here. Here we go. On the right side of GSL Daybreak, we have the green Protoss, winner of the first game, loser of the second, Chiari. And on the bottom left spawning position, it is the pink Zerg Rupture, winner of the last game to tap the series 1-all. Back to you, Winners. What do you think will happen this time around?
I don't think Chiari's gonna change his approach, especially on this map. I think he's gonna go for Forge, fast expand. Rupture can definitely do the same, but I think he just should stick to his plan. He likes his 15 pool gas and then get his expand a bit later. But let's see what he has in mind to show us. And yes, I'm on the money for Chiari. Chiari has his fast Forge expand, as he should against Zerg. He's going to send out his probe. He's going to try to deny his expand if it should occur. But again, Rupture has different plans, it seems.
Certainly looks like it. Still hasn't revealed what he has decided to do. Carry, on the other hand, has shown us what he's planning to do with that forward pylon. The probe finally makes its way towards the Zerg main and will be scouting. He does see the gas go down first for Rupture. Most likely a spawning pool will be dropped down any second now, and there it goes. So once again, both players going for a very safe play here. I wonder if Carry will go for a Nexus first this time, or he'll go for the Forge. Nope. Looks like it's Forge this time. Not feeling as lucky as in the previous game.
Absolutely right. So indication of that early gas is that he wants Rupture, that is, to get that Zergling speed out, maybe to put on a bit of harassment, but definitely to scout, definitely to take the Zalnaga watchtowers and know what his opponent is up to. This map, there are lots of pathways, just like on Cloud Kingdom, so having fast units will definitely enable him to get across the map quickly, as we should see about 4 Zerglings in production quite soon. But no, he opts to go for the Queen instead. Not a bad choice, I like the Queen myself. But yeah, again, Chiari, his Nexus is already halfway done, and meaning he's going to have an economical advantage at the start of this game.
Very true, winners. And Rupture has taken off his drones from gas as soon as he had 100 gas, just enough to start that metabolic boost upgrade. I'm sure he's regretting his decision in the first game not to go for it at all. In any case, as usual, things have settled down a bit here. Very standard play, and you know, some downtime here in the match. Not much to really talk about or say.
No, absolutely not. But there's still one little probe out there. Might want to get a hidden pylon out on the map, maybe to put on a bit of pressure. Why not? And the Zerg should do his best to find him. Will he? No, the 2 Zerglings just missed the probe, so the probe will endure for a little while longer before eventually facing a gruesome death.
It looks like the Zerglings finally catch up to that probe, and they will eventually take it out. In the meantime, we still don't know what the Protoss tech of choice will be. Will it be Stargate? Will it be Roboplay? Time will tell. He has taken both gas geysers at his main and has finally started mining at his natural. Warp Gate is surprisingly still not being researched.
No, he doesn't have money right now, but now he does.
And
nope.
We should see him started very soon here. Surprisingly, he has decided. I've seen Carry do this time and time and again. He goes for 2 Zealots as his first 2 units every time he does this Forge Fast Expand build. Ideally, you'd see most players go for a Zealot followed by a Stalker to try and get some map presence, some, you know, maybe try and push out a bit to those Zalnaga towers. But looks he has, like, you know, he prefers not doing so.
And he uses the Chrono Boost on the gateway instead of the Nexus, so he's always behind in probes. And look at this again, we're at 34 probes to, drones to 25 probes. More drones in production. Again, going for that quick +1 here. And Rupture will know that, Chiari will know that maybe a fast third again will be taken by his opponent, who is up already at 1k mineral for some strange reason.
And he still hasn't brought back any drones to gas. He is taking a second, and as I say that, he is now back to mining gas. But back to what Carry does, you know, he using his chrono boosts on gateways. That's kind of counterproductive, I think, as when you are going for a Forge Fast Expand or a Nexus first, you do have, you know, your main priority is going to be mining and your economy. So not using those chrono boosts on probes is kind of a very strange decision. Something I'd like to see him change. and he is dropping 2 more gateways on his main, but still has not revealed his tech of choice, as he might be trying to repeat his success in the first game, going for a 6th gateway push here.
Yeah, and
there's no overlord in sight to
what
see
is
this
Rupture
winner.
doing?
So
He's going for a quick layer. He's floating 2k minerals. He doesn't have any gas. He's getting an evolution chamber now. I'm lost.
I think he was trying to bluff the 3rd, but Kerry eventually sent a Zealot there just to make sure that it is there. So, like I said, I'm not quite sure what Rupture's trying to do. He's not building, anything which indicates to us what he's trying to do. He is building a macro hatch and going for there. So maybe quick mutas.
But he's getting more drones. He's already saturated. So I don't know. He has 50 drones.
He's taking a 3rd at the somehow right of his main base.
Oof.
He has already taken both gas geysers before taking the hatchery. A very odd choice there.
But
so that's going to be his 3rd of choice. And the question is, will Kerry see this, as he does have
yes, he will.
proxy pylon in a very, very strange position.
And I'm sorry, Rupture is making a critical mistake. Oh my god, Kiari, why did you not run your Zealot there? A few more Zealots being warped in, more Stalkers again, and this is exactly what Kiari did in the first. He even has a supply lead at this point, and this 3rd is so far for Rupture. There's no creep spread. He will not be able to defend this 3rd, and he's going to be stuck on 2 bases again. He's already mining out his main.
But Kerry doesn't know about the 3rd winners. That's one thing.
Yeah, not
I'd like
yet.
To know.
Yes,
he
not yet.
He doesn't know yet about it. Yeah. Once he finds out about it, I think he'll go for it straight away, as he knows that that's the easiest access point for him. It's going to be almost undefended. But I'd like to see him maybe drop a pylon closer to where. Closer to the 2nd. Oh, okay, there is one there.
Yeah.
So here we have the attack coming in, just like the first game. Kerry trying to repeat his success. He is greeted with a couple of spine crawlers though, and the Zerglings now going in, trying to get the run by a little bit delayed force fields, but they might be enough for the time being. All the Zerglings are killed, and looks like he is choosing to warp in more Zealots rather than Stalkers. But the spine crawlers are still alive, and they haven't been taken out. Nope. I do not think this will work very well for Kerry. I think he should try and push back.
No, these spine crawlers are not meant for this world. They're going to be taken out. That hatchery is actually blocking all the units from getting out there. It'll be taken out. He's nearly out of force fields, but these Zealots, they're too strong. They have +1. They'll annihilate anything. Drones should have been pulled now. The ramp is closed, and this is it.
This shouldn't be working with it.
Kiari
shouldn't be working, man.
It should not be working, but
with Rupture is just not defending well. He's not controlling his Zerglings very well. He's just, running them up towards where the Protoss army is carelessly without trying to micro them. And now the force field and the ramp denying more reinforcements, but look at the supply count. 83 for Kiari, was only 46 for Rupture, so looks like Rupture's repeat of the first game is gonna land him success once again, as he does take out the natural now, and it's just a matter of time, I think, before Rupture GG's, and we have our first winner of the day.
Well, now he's gonna discover the 3rd here. Kiari's gonna discover the 3rd, and there's the GG though.
Well, the Rupture.
Yeah.
And Kiari, I guess, figured out that all works might just work again, as it did in this 3rd game. Rupture unfortunately was not able to defend well, was not able to micro his Zerglings properly. You really can't just rush your units to try and defend. You should wait for the ideal timing, for that positioning, especially since he did have that area blocked off with that macro hatch. His spine crawler placement was okay, but again, it all came down to that poor engagement with the Zerglings. He did not have any roaches this time, which made it even more difficult for him. Kerry's repeat of the first game was just as successful.
Yep, that is absolutely right. Let's take a look at the brackets, though, if they've been updated. I don't think I have privileges to... I'm going to just try logging in real quick here. But yet again, just like you said, it should not have worked. That push, I mean, it is nicely done. The third was denied, and taking the third over on the other side without any creep spread, only with Zerglings, will not yield you anything. Will not yield anything in the long run, so therefore I do not understand Rupture's decision making. He did not defend well. Again, that macro hatch was actually working against him in the long run here. And no, I do not have access to the brackets, but it should be I didn't to update the brackets, unfortunately. Okay, so let's see what is going on here. Yes.
Tell me when is anything happening?
Yeah.
Are we in position to take any more to get into any more matches to cast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops. Let me just check the brackets. Ralphie versus Jerkle. Okay. What a name. Let's not make it. Let's not, shorten his name. Otherwise, we'll be in trouble. Okay. Wait, I have suggested you to the. Please, yeah. Oh. Okay. Okay. That's okay. So I think we're good to go here in Entombed Valley. So this is Ralphie. This is going to be another ZVP. It is 1-1, so this is we're right in time. Let's see Ralphie. What league does he play in? He plays in Platinum. He has a lot of achievements though, 3,600. And well, this will be a Diamond versus Plat. Not too bad at all. At least for our standards here.
They are tied up in the series 1-1.
Yeah.
So this is the final game to see who will advance to the next round. And like you said, both players fairly close. Diamond versus Platinum, not too far off from each other. And one of the good maps, I think, in recent times. GSL Entombed Valley, another ZVP.
Yep, absolutely correct here. So let's see how both players will. I mean, both guys want to advance to the next round. Let's see if they can.
I do not recall seeing any of them play before, so they might be new joiners to the MENA Cup. In any case, in the top right position, spawning as the purple Protoss, it is Jerkle, and in the bottom left corner, spawning as the pink Zerg, it is Ralphie.
That is.
So winners, have you seen any of those? Have you seen any of them play before?
Yep, I know about Ralphie. Ralphie's been here for quite some time, but Jerkle, no, never observed any of his matches here, and this is definitely gonna be interesting. I mean, Entombed Valley, one of the newer ladder maps, big map as well. Who do I favor here? Tough one. I think I'll favor the Zerg.
You think so?
Yeah, I think I'll favor the Zerg though.
Alright, let's see.
Well, the Zerg has been struggling to get a third, but they made changes here now. There's this destructible debris. That was the problem at the beginning, but I think they amended it. As we see both players out on the map, Jerkle, he's scouting, but no player will find their opponent right away. As you see Jerkle going for Forge Fast Expand here. Pretty normal, I'd say. Ralphie, on the other hand, well, he's droning, and again, he's getting a spawning pool before hatch. So has the hatch first gone out of business?
Definitely against Protoss winners. Zergs just do not want to have to deal with the with some kind of cannon rush by the Protoss. It's just, the odds aren't in favor for him, and the cannons almost certainly take out the hatcheways. So Zerg just wants to avoid that situation altogether, and is going for the Surfer gas and pool first. And yeah, looks like Jerkel deciding to invest into that pylon to block the natural for the Zerg, while he is about to drop a gateway, I'm guessing, to help close off this. Nope. Okay, so Nexus first, so we will see the gateway after the Nexus to help completely wall him in. That drone is doing his best to try to take out that pylon. Unfortunately, he's only dropped it down to 130 shields. And here we go, the first cannon now, and still no gateway.
Still no gateway? No, not yet. He does have the money. He's up at 250, and he definitely needs units quickly. He's up at 300. That's 2 gateways. Oh dear.
Yeah, the gateway definitely very late here. He might. I think with this late gateway, it might be worth it to invest in a second cannon just in case.
He's getting
just in case the Zerg goes for some kind of timing push.
But yeah, okay. 1 drone goes down to the cannon, 1 kill for it at this point. So yeah, let's see, is he gonna get a second? Okay, he's getting a cannon, and
yeah, it was he had to. I mean, it was too risky with that delayed gateway, and with the delayed gateway comes delayed cyber core, and therefore the delayed warp gate ability. Zerglings now out on the field.
I would love Ralphie to get to work on these rocks. I would love it.
I think that's a great idea, as those Zerglings are currently idle doing absolutely nothing.
There we go.
And it looks like he did hear you, winners, through the stream, maybe, who knows, taking down those rocks now. But no, to be fair to him, he did position those Zerglings there to begin with, so
but
that was definitely in the cards for him. Tell me, winners.
We missed a gas steal here by Ralphie.
I did see it.
Oh, you did?
A little bit there, not while it was going on. I did see it a little bit later, but actually decided not to comment on it, as I thought you did as well.
No, you made me walk right into it. So now it's 4 Zerglings versus a nice micro here. Nice.
Yeah, microing back the damaged
Zerglings,
this is beautiful
and here. Will it fall? Will it fall? No, Jerkel is gonna retreat. My second unit coming out. Well, he's done okay. I mean, he's gotten the rocks down to about, what, 1300, not bad. He managed to get up his expand. He's taking a 3rd gas.
But first, looks like he will lose all his well,
one goes
3 of his Zerglings, but he was able to damage those rocks quite a bit. Although that might favor the Protoss later on in the game when he decides to take a 3rd. In any case, is anything going on in the Zerg main winners? I do see it. Is that a very fast layer? Yeah.
Yeah, it is absolutely a very fast layer here. Let's see what he's gonna do with it. Is he gonna get Burrow? Is he gonna get Baneling speed? Well, that's kind of useless because there's no Baneling nest. Is it gonna be
maybe a Spire? A very fast Spire? That's the only possibility I can think of.
Well, what's he doing?
It is an extremely fast layer, and if he does nothing with it,
I'll slap him after the game.
It's yeah, it'll be a very odd choice.
Oh dear. What is Ralphie doing? He's transferring 1,000,000 drones.
Transferring a lot of drones when he didn't need to, especially when his main is not saturated. And there it is, winners. The very fast fire going down by Ralphie, just behind the mineral line at his main.
Yep.
In the meantime, it looks like Jerkel has no problems keeping that extractor alive in his main. He is dropping 2 more gates here. He will have a total of 5, and he's researching +1 attacks. Oh,
again here, destructible debris here being attacked now to down than less than 900 here. And well, there could be a run by if Jerkel isn't careful. More drones in the making, but it's funny, he only has well, he's taking his 4th gas, only 1 drone on that 3rd at the natural. So if he wants to go for mutas, he better get some more drones there on gas.
That's quickly. The thing, he sacrificed his drone count to go for that fast flare and that fast mute and fast fire. I mean, he's only, compared to the Protoss, he's only got 34 drones. Compared to 40 probes, something which shouldn't be the case about 10 minutes into the game. Ideally, Zerg should have a 3rd base now and should be with up to about 50 drones. In any case, let's see what he decides to do with his very fast Spire. Does he even have enough resources to make many mutas?
No, he doesn't have enough gas. I mean, he can make
Does not
what?
have enough anything really. He might be able to make
Oh
5 or 6,
dear.
but that's
My
simply not
gosh, he's
enough
getting an
here.
overseer? Are you kidding me? He got an overseer. That means he's gonna reveal his fast layer to his opponent. He has now, okay, he's making 7 mutas, but he's got 2 gas geysers and 1 drone between them. Oh dear. But now, what does he have to do with this
He's not even
push?
mining gas from the 2 gas guys.
Look at
He
this.
only has 1 drone at his natural mining gas.
How does he make it all the way up there and I'm still trolling in
I
silver?
don't know what is happening, winners.
And now Muta's here being engaged. Does he have enough? He does have enough stalkers and sentries to deal with that right now. The queen is definitely going to go down here. That means loss of production. The drones are...
Those zerglings are killing a lot of drones here, and he already has very few drones, and factoring that he's losing more of them, it's definitely not good for Ralphie.
Nope.
The stalkers might be cleaned out before they're able to take out all the mutas, but Protoss is still ahead in supply and has better economy.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, well, these zerglings are, these zealots are going to be cleaned up. The hatch was briefly under attack here, but units lost here again. Well, Ralphie is unfortunately in the lead. He's lost more units. A blink on the way now here, and
24 drones only, winners. That's
23 actually. Yeah.
23. I don't know what to say. Protoss definitely in a much better position here. 2 fully mining bases. He will need a few more probes before taking a 3rd, but he's researching level 2 attacks now for his units, and oddly enough has decided to put down 3 cannons at his natural mineral line.
Right.
Odd choice here, but yeah, Muta's now making their way towards
there's
the
an
main.
Artosis pylon if you've ever seen
Looks
one.
like it. Yeah, definitely aware of the Artosis pylon, and he is able to temporarily power off 4 gateways, but since there's no attack following it up, I do not think it was worth it, losing a couple of mutas and damaging a few others. And I'm just surprised by Ralphie's decisions, winners.
And yeah,
It's very odd style of play. He should have 4 or 5 bases up by now, just only taking up now. Instead, he decided to go for that very early spire and very fast mutas, which he hasn't been really using very well either to do a lot of damage. So it certainly looks like it's Jerkel's games to lose here, as he is very much in the lead, and now
nice
researching Storm and building a couple more gateways. So he's definitely planning some kind of timing attack once he has a few high temperatures up with enough energy for Storm.
Yeah, well, at the beginning I thought it was definitely Ralphie was the better player there, using his idle units to get to work on these destructible rocks there, but now Jerkel's gonna do it for him, as he knows no attack can be imminent.
And look at this, winners, in the Zerg main, it's a Nidus network.
It's a Nidus worm. Is there... Okay, now the Overlord is moving into position, but Jerkel is gonna remove that.
Remove it, so there's no place for the 49ers network to really do much. We do have a 3rd finally going down for the Protoss, and in this case the destructible rocks being down is actually a good thing for the Protoss.
Yep.
There's virtually no creep spread for the Zerg. Almost very few number of drones, almost no units, and I think if the Protoss just moves into the Zerg natural now, he'll be able to win the game.
Well, I think he heard you as well. And let's see where the Nidus is going to be. He could just wait for that 3rd base to finish and then to take it out. There are a couple of cannons, but they shouldn't pose any threat. Or is the Overseer gonna move right into the main? I think he is.
Alright, so just want to look at the Templars. The Templars will have enough. Yep. They will have enough energy for storms very soon here.
There's the Nidus network.
Alright, Nidus network going on. In the
Worm,
Protoss main.
He doesn't see it. He doesn't pull the drones, probes. Excuse me. Now we have.
But he does have 3 cannons in his mineral line, so those will be more than enough. And with a decent weapon, I think this Nidus play is not really going to work. Nope. In the meantime, the Protoss units are attacking the 3rd here, and they will be able to deny it.
Yep. No cancel.
Ralphie not even cancelling.
Nope.
And things are looking mighty fine for the Protoss winners. I think the Zerg's about to die here.
Yeah, so a few banelings here while banelings are exploding on probes and the main base. Now pulling... Oh! There's another warp in, but now here at the natural, well, what should I say? Stalkers are there. Quite a few spine crawlers. Nice storm here, all on the banelings, and well... Actually, the Protoss should retreat for the time being.
He should definitely retreat. His engagement wasn't up to par. He, I think he kind of stormed, his own units as well. He does need more reinforcements before going in, but I think a few more warpins should do the trick, winners.
Yeah, well, bad rally point here from Ralphie, so I take it back. The Protoss does not need to retreat, and there's the GG, and Jerko advances to the next round.
Well, right, winners. Looking back at Ralphie's play, I don't know where to begin, to be honest.
No.
Non-existent creep spread. Odd decision to go for a very fast flare and sacrifice economy to do so. Not even enough to build enough mutas to really do any damage. So the mutas did absolutely nothing. The Nihilist network play was deflected very well by his opponent, and I don't really know there's much to say. He didn't even go for a third until towards the end of the game. And I mean, even looking at the summary here, look at the resources: 19,000 for the Protoss and only 14,000 for the Zerg. It's just very telling of how this game went by, and I really don't know what more to say about it. Ralphie should definitely look back at his replay and try to maybe improve on his decision making.
So yeah, I'm looking for an... never mind, they are actually already in game, so... Chiari, is Chiari there? Is Chiari in game? Let me check. Yeah, Chiari is in game. Overstrike and Dan. Is Dan in game? Everyone's in game.
That's not a bad thing, winners.
Yeah, Gunman is there.
Alright, so I'll look at the brackets here, try to give...
No, I have them here. Overstrike versus Dan. They're playing Chiari versus JIR. Van Mezian versus Bulletproof, and now Gunman versus Jerkle. I know how that one's gonna go.
Well, we didn't really get a chance to see much of Jerkle's play, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ralphie essentially handed him the game in a silver platter. But here we are, winners. We did get the invite, so we will be checking out Jerkle's... maybe a better chance at looking at Jerkle's ZVP play. Gunman, of course, winner of 3 consecutive tournaments, the last 3. Definitely a favorite once again to win it all here.
But Dan won the last one.
Oh, Dan won the last one.
Yeah,
okay,
because,
sorry.
I mean, there was a little dispute here. I mean, I want people to sign up not in the last hour, but like a few days in advance, so we had to cut off a bit earlier, and no one really signed up. That was the big dilemma we had last week, unfortunately. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, let's see how it's going to go here. Okay. Where's the countdown? Okay, so Gunman versus Jerkle, another ZVP. It's the third one of the day. We haven't had any Terrans so far, and let me actually see, are there any Terrans in except Dan? Yes, Van Mezian and Dan are the only 2 Terrans left here.
Alright, so we finally get to see a different matchup here. It'll be actually it's the same matchup, but we'll see maybe Terran in the next few rounds. But 3 consecutive ZVPs winners. Just a few, I'd say a few weeks back, we hardly had any Protosses in the tournament, so nice change this time around. And what are your thoughts on this game? Do you think it will be as one-sided as we believe it will be?
Absolutely. You'll not get a match that is more one-sided than this one right now. Let's see what Gunman's up to. Well, He's in Masters. He is, well, number 4 in his division. So high Masters. Well, he's on 900 points, so not bad at all.
He's doing fine.
Yep. And yes, it is a Protoss favorite map. Well, I actually want to say that it's a Z. Well, Z favorite map, but maybe statistics speak for themselves. Just like on Crossfire, remember everyone always yelled
winners,
that.
sorry
Yep.
to interrupt, but
What?
we are waiting for you to start.
Oh my
the
God!
game.
Yes, I'm in charge. I'm the man with the button. Oh yes, that was pretty funny. I'm just like, get this game going, but I didn't see that I was the one with the magic button. But yeah, so yeah, thank you for that. Apparently this is a Protoss favorite map, but I think with these two guys playing, no matter what the map is, I think Gunman is the favorite. But let's have the intros, please, Mr. twdnewh.
Sure thing, winners. In the top right corner, the Protoss player we saw win the last game, it is Jerko. And in the bottom left corner, it is the Green Zerg, favorite to win the tournament, winner of 3 consecutive tournaments previously. It is Gunman from Team twdnewh.
That is absolutely right. Gunman, well, what can I say? I mean, if he hasn't changed his style in the last week, he's gonna go for a hatch first. He doesn't care who his opponent is. If his name is MC, he'll probably go 2 hatch before making a spawning pool. But oh dear, he's actually going for a spawning pool. My goodness, how things can change in a week.
It's a 6-pool winners. Gunman looks like he wants to end this game early here.
But look, there's the early scout though.
The early scout, so Jerko will definitely see this, and I'm very interested to see how he's gonna react. He does have a forward pylon, so he was hoping to go for a forward fast expand, but that's definitely gonna change very fast here as he spots the very early pull, and looks like it's gonna be our first fast game of the week, winners.
Yep. So let's see. Oh my God, he did not check for the pool.
Okay.
No, he did not check. He did not check.
check.
Oh,
And he
now
lost a few seconds.
he did. Now he did.
Well, now he sees it, and let's see how he's gonna react. He should drop down a gateway very fast here.
He's doing
but
a forge.
no, a forge.
GG.
This match is over.
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, but if he does micro all his probes correctly, and Gunman while he's showing off, well, not even gonna comment on that. The forge is going to finish in about 6 or 7 seconds, but there's no way his cannon.
There's absolutely nothing he can do, winners.
Nope, absolutely nothing he can do. So
he might drop a cannon in his mineral line, but I do not think it's gonna finish in time here. The Zerglings now are very happy to see that even though Jerko spotted the very fast spawning pole, he did decide to stick to his guns and go for a forge first, and now Zerglings have reached the mineral line. They should probably go for that pylon, but no, they're going. The probes are trying to defend the pylon here to give time for the cannon to finish.
Nice surround there. So
it was good defense from Jerko, but he did lose quite a bit of mining time. And
look at this here, proxy double gateway by Jerko.
Okay, so it looks like this is his way of trying to counter this. Gunman though will be able to take out the forge and the pylon with no issues whatsoever.
Yep.
Going for his natural now, and this is very interesting. Winners, a 3rd gateway now for Jerko, and I don't think Gunman has any idea this is coming his way. He probably thinks he's already so far ahead, and he actually is, but
he does not. I don't think Gunman, I think, presumes that Jerko does not know how to deal with this. So let's see.
But is this the right decision? I mean, will he be able to do anything? I don't know. Winners, this is this is the first time I've seen this. I do not know what to expect here. First gateway is done. Second is done, and the first 2 zealots are on the way.
He's chrono boosting as well. What does he have? He has nothing.
But Gunman should definitely suspect something. He sees that nothing's happening at the Protoss main, and no nexus has gone down.
Well, he's pulling back his forces.
he definitely expects something. That he definitely knows something's coming, but he still hasn't figured out what.
Okay.
3 gateways now, pumping out 3
Two
zealots at a
zealots.
time, and this is very nerve-wracking. Winners.
It is very nerve-wracking indeed. Now Queen, still not many units, and now here we go. Oh, that drone is not meant for this world, and I think Gunman has to pull drones here. Definitely going for a Spinecrawler in his mineral line. Definitely something he has to do. Let's see how he's gonna defend this. Okay, it's ring around the rosy here. But not bad, the micro here by Jerkle, so I think we
Jerkle,
should...
for some reason, is not producing any more zealots. Looks like he is busy with the fight and not building more units in the meantime. But
Cybernetics core going his way. Well, the natural is gonna go down, that's for sure, and this is definitely an interesting turn of events here.
to say the least, winners, those zealots will kill off that natural, and what I think Gunman will be able to defend this with the number of Zerglings and the Spinecrawler. So, in that sense, Gunman's definitely not going to lose to this, but it was definitely a very clever way for Jerkle to try and
well, there goes
even
the
out
hatch.
the odds, and now the hatchery is down, and both players are down to 1 base each. But the key thing here, winners, is that those 3 gateways are vulnerable, and once Gunman has enough Zerglings, he'll be able to take out those gateways, and that will definitely spell trouble for Jerkle.
Yeah, that's right. So now another surround here, another 2 zealots, 3 zealots will pop, so these Zerglings might just die here. They're not going to be able to take out any of the pylons. But a roach
they are
warren.
surrounded. They are getting surrounded on the zealots, and without the speed upgrade, though, the zealots are able to micro their way around it. So it looks like Jerkle is going to keep on, is trying to make this work. He is making 2 more stalkers here. This is definitely an all-in if there ever was one. This either works or it doesn't, and this game actually lasted a lot longer than I thought it would.
Exactly, it's the same here for me. But again, now the roaches are going to come out. They're going to make short work of these zealots here, unfortunately. There's a Spinecrawler as well to back them up. Nice micro. 1 more roach goes down, but I don't think it's going to be enough here, and I think Gunman is going to
definitely
take
a lost cause at this point.
Yeah.
Once Gunman was able to defend his main from the zealots, I think that was definitely the nail in the coffin there. Not that we didn't already think that Gunman was going to win this, but Jerkle looks like he's still going to try. Looks like he is still going to try. He is pumping out more stalkers, more zealots, but Gunman looks like, he has enough roaches. He has a Spinecrawler now outside his natural, and I think that Jerkle will probably realize that this is not going to work and tap out real soon here. You gotta give it to him, though. He is a fighter.
Yep, that is absolutely right. Never surrender, never give up, as Day 9 would say. And well, this is going to be it here. Well, the Spinecrawler is on board for the time being.
Oh no, this might have been a mistake for Gunman, but looks like he's buying himself enough time until it burrows, and those roaches going after the stalkers, and the Zerglings able to get surrounds.
And this should be GG.
Yeah, this is over, winners. 33 supply to 52. Gunman all has to do is rally roaches and Zerglings to that those 3 gateways, and although although warp gate research has completed and he is able to warp in units now,
but not on the higher ground, unfortunately.
No,
that would have
just
been
a matter
great.
of time. I think Jerkle will go for 1 last attack, and that'll be it.
Well, in the meantime, he's trying to get up his nexus, but a few Zerglings are going to make their way there, and maybe even cause some havoc in the main mineral line.
Yeah, there's still only 1 cannon there, so it's definitely still very vulnerable. But here we go, winners. Jerkle now pushing into that main, trying to take out that Spinecrawler. He might take it out, but nice force fields trapping all those roaches.
Yep, but
unfortunately he doesn't have enough damage dealing units to take them out. Sentry being killed, last zealot is killed, now the stalker will be killed, and this is definitely over now.
Yep. Well, the natural is up for the Gunman. He is mining. His income is about 500 minerals more.
Minimals, yes, that's right.
For him, then, so that sentry is gonna go down, and once Yep, there we are. There's the GG, and that was game number 1 in the second round of the SC2 MENA Cup number 12. And Gunman is gonna choose his map of choice.
Jerko will choose, as he is the loser.
That is absolutely correct. My God, what am I thinking? Welcome all new players. There are a lot of new faces, and it really brings a smile to my face at seeing that more people are joining. But yeah, good on them. Otherwise, I'm hoping for a great final here. Well, Dan Cake did advance against Overstrike, and Chiari lost against JIR, so we'll have yep.
So we have our first semi-final already.
Yeah, we have our first semi-final. Things are moving along quite swiftly. We've only been here an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 20 minutes, excuse me. And the map of choice is Entombed Valley. Oof.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you think Gunman will go for a 6-pull once again?
I don't know.
It's a 4-player map, so I don't think so.
No. Well, Rager Cager, there we go. Well, everyone's here, everyone ready? Okay, so I'm the guy with the magic button, so let's get started.
Alright, countdown on the way. We are back to the Valley in yet another ZVP. The second match of the series. Gunman, of course, after winning that first game, is leading the series 1-0 and is on his way to the semi-final. In the top right corner, a fairly new player, I guess, to the MENA Cup, who somehow reacted in a very interesting manner to that 6-pull in the first game. Down 0-1 in the series, it is Jerkel. And on the top left corner, it is the Beast, the Zerg Beast, the green Zerg Beast, Gunman from Team Q Club Dominion, winner of 3 previous consecutive MENA Cups. And definitely a favorite this time around, and will probably always be. It is Gunman.
So yeah, let's see. Well, Jerkel is going to go for Forge first expand, and there's the answer to your question. There's another 6-pull here for Gunman. And maybe he'll be able to tell where his opponent is. By the way, the probe will sneak up into his base if it does, but no scouting yet. The Overlord is on its way, but it'll only get there by the year 2013, according to Blizzard minutes and such. So yeah, Jerkel, he's gonna see another 6-pull. And Gunman, well,
I wonder how he reacts this time, though.
I know.
Come on, Jerkel, throw down that gateway before anything.
Yeah. That is right. So Gunman, I think he knows where his opponent is. He's only getting 2 Zerglings, but he wants to pump a few more drones there.
But look at this, Jerkel once again with the Forge.
My goodness.
I don't know what to say. I mean, this is definitely the incorrect reaction to what Gunman is doing, but looks like after being scouted, though, Gunman has decided not to pursue his attack further, and has, like you said, has only produced 2 more Zerglings, so maybe Jerkel will get lucky this time, and this Forge fast expand will actually come to flourish.
Yep, I sure hope so. Hopefully this game will last longer. I like them long games. I like them over the 45-minute mark, whenever that is possible, at least to watch and cast, but not to play. Yeah, I've been doing...
You don't like those long macro games
Are you kidding me?
Where both your physical and mental skills are put to the test?
I'm a one base kind of guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do the Van Mesium build whenever I can.
Traditional ladder player, huh?
Yes. And if, in case it does not work, I followed up with a base at the natural. But yeah, I just troll down there. People wish me cancer and all of these things. But yeah, Jerko's gonna lose his pylon here to that lonely Zerg who has Zergling, excuse me, Mister, who has 2 kills to his name. The gas is up, and now we have the traditional gunman droning up, and he will only make units if he has to, and he plays Zerg the way it is meant to be played. Let's take a look at Jerkle though. He has his natural up, Overlords in position, he sees just about everything. Lone Zergling to scout if units do push out. And yes, Gunman, he has enough for a natural, and I think he'll pursue that quickly, as he does.
Yeah, but he's
now.
definitely behind winners. A very, very late natural, very late second base taken by him. Jerkle once again gets that scout in, so he definitely knows that no aggressiveness is coming his way. He is free to macro up, build as many probes as possible. Unfortunately, he's not chrono boosting them just yet. Okay, yeah, he just started chrono boosting them now. So his economy will definitely be better than Gunman's for the time being. I wouldn't be surprised if Gunman decides to go for a third, as I think that would probably be his best choice at this time. And the wall-off is complete at the Protoss ramp. Second cannon being built, and actually a third. I think that might be a little too much,
Well,
as there are no roaches, and he did scout it only recently, so he should know that there's nothing really coming his way which can do much. I think even one cannon would have been sufficient for the time being. In any case, he wants to feel extra safe, and in doing so, he has built 2 more cannons.
and well, one Zealot, he's gonna come in there and die. As I say, he'll give his life for ire. He's gonna actually, well, not even.
But nice positioning by Jerkle to get as much damage as possible without taking lots of damage in return. Basically, he narrowed himself to that corner, so he will not be surrounded.
Actually, I need to apologize to Jerkle. I gave him a lot of flack, and actually he's a lot better than I had initially anticipated, as he's now getting 4 additional gateways here. Warp gate research has not finished quite yet, but it's on its way. He's completely walled himself in here at the beginning. Something I personally do not like, but this is a stylistic thing, as Gunman is gonna come across with quite a few Zerglings here.
That's right, Winners, and looks like he is building banelings, so the 3 cannons at the wall and by Jerkle might end up being a great idea here, as this is pretty much all in by Gunman. If this baneling bus does not work, he will be infinitely behind here. And,
well, he's definitely going to go for one of the pylons.
Well, look at this. Jerkle does see it now, and what's going to happen, Winners? Will the cannons be enough? He is warping in a few more zealots here to able to stop the Zergling run by. And wow, great positioning by Jerkle, and I think he will be able to defend, Winners.
Don't think so. He's going.
I think he will. The cannon there will be able to take out a lot, but more Zerglings are being streamed in. He needs to warp in a few more zealots to try and take out the Zerglings here.
Yeah, a few Zerglings now making it into the main, gonna cause a lot of havoc. A few more coming.
Jerkle definitely needs to try and build another fort to try and wall in once again. He cannot afford more Zerglings being able to stream in. Maybe drop down a couple of cannons there. Zerglings in the main are harassing the mineral line and taking out a few probes, but Zealot's position there will take them all out. And the wall is actually not correct, and Zerglings are able to go in. Very unfortunate for Jerkle here. He probably thought he was walled in, but he is actually not. And now the Zerglings are going to town on that mineral line. Jerkle still defending quite well here with the warpins. Zealot's able to do a lot of damage to the Zerglings, but this never-ending stream, Jerkle has to stop this before even considering dealing with the Zerglings back home.
Well, all in all, he's lost 14 probes at this point. Make that 16, 17.
And
well, for the time.
But the supply count is still okay. I mean, it's still, you know, he's not too far behind. Unfortunately, he has lost a lot of probes, but he did have his second base up and running way before Gunman did. So he's still not completely out of it, and he was able to deflect the the second wave of attack. So
Yep.
I think he's still okay, winners.
Well, Gunman, the play that he is, he's going to tear down those rocks and he's just going to get a third. He's going to push his creep. And, well, just go for another attack. But, like I said, 21 workers killed. That's quite a lot. The income, well, the income is in Gunman's favor, as Jerkle wants to...
One thing I'd like to note, though, is that unfortunately for Jerkle, the Forge was killed off just before +1 attack finished. So it'll be some time before he does that. But look at this, the Zerglings do catch a few stray stalkers outside, and oh my god, he did not leave the Zerglings back to complete the wall, and more Zerglings make their way towards the main, killing off even more probes.
Oh dear.
I do not know why Jerkle didn't leave at least one Zealot there just to make sure he was safe from this kind of thing. And now he has to deal with even more Zerglings harassing the probes, killing off more and more of them.
Yep.
And although he's still okay in terms of supply count, I think that was very careless second time around. Falling for the same trick twice should never be the situation you find yourself in any matchup, actually. And look at this. I'm scared to look at the worker count. It's 35 for Gunman and only 21 probes for our Protoss friend Jerkle.
Yeah, well, Jerkle had a few zealots here positioned. They ran in, they've harassed the hatchery, and nice position there. Gonna go for the queen now, but the banelings are gonna clean out on Jerkle. Well, he's putting up quite a match, though. I mean, I need to take everything back I said about him earlier. He's done quite well. More warpins here, but at the moment Jerkle does simply not have the income. He's making probes at home and making a lot of warpins. That pylon is gonna be killed. This should be cancelled. It is not. Very unfortunate. It's 100 lost minerals there.
And I think you know, looks like he is trying to go for more pressure, but I think his best choice would have been to try and defend, you know, until he's able to build enough probes to try and catch up economically. But looks like he wants to go for aggression. He's sending a lot of zealots here to try and do some damage. But I do not think this will work, winners. Although he has a lot of zealots and quite a few sentries. Yeah, a lot of spine crawlers, a lot of static defense. He should probably just turtle up in his base and try to recover here while taking up to maybe Colossi or Templar play. Instead, looks like he thinks the macro game is hopeless and is going for an attack, but he's greeted with 4 spine crawlers and probably realizes there's absolutely nothing he can do.
Yep, and things are looking pretty bleak. Layer on its way here. Double evolution chamber just finished. Queen gets off another inject. Macro hatch on the way as well. More drones and such. And well, Jerkle is looking pretty dead right now. Let's see. These are.
And again, he doesn't have.
Nice
okay. This time he has the force fields. I would have cried if he fell for that the third time.
Yeah.
Great force field though by Jerkle. He's able to deflect that attack temporarily, and as long as he has a few sentries placed at the top of the ramp and continues to force field, he might have a chance to catch up, as he is still even on supply. Actually, he is just slightly ahead in supply here, as it looks like he going for DDs. I think
good decision.
I think it's a good decision. He really needs to make something happen here, and with that pylon unscouted here just below the Zerg natural, that might be a great location for him to warp in DTs and
but the overseer is already there.
But yeah, you know why? Because the overseer scouted it at the main. So
yeah, he just flew right in there.
Yeah, he cancels it. I think that's very wise of him. These DDs had no chance of doing anything once they were scouted by that overseer. And yeah, it looks like he has diverted his attention to Templar, which I think is a great choice. Colossi might have been also, you know, a very viable choice, but looks like he's more comfortable going for that Templar tech. And Gunman only just now taking his third, so a very late third for him. We're at the 17-minute mark. As you know, if you've seen any of Gunman's previous games, you'd know he'd have taken over the entire map by now. But this case, the 6-pull, man, that very early pull really does take its toll on the Zerg player, and yeah, it is still affecting him, you know, 17 minutes into the game. So
That's right here. Well, Protoss once again is third up as well. Templar Archives was done. Storm is on its way. Roaches coming out there. More drones. How many drones does he have? He's got 75. Well,
75, and although Jerk has been doing a good job catching up, he's still only at about just under 50. He is taking his third base now, which I think is about time to say the least.
Well, he couldn't before. I mean, he
couldn't. Yeah, he couldn't. I agree with that, but that was only because it was his own fault. Had he just stayed in his at his natural and just kept the wall incomplete and not allowing Zerglings to continually run by, he could have taken that third a lot earlier. But as Gunman only just recently took his third, it's still not very late, and like I keep saying, this entire game, it is still not over. Jerkle still has a good chance to make something happen here.
Well, Overlord Baneling drops, well, I'll just call them Baneling drops, are on their way once again. I think he's going to use the Zerglings to distract the main army, and then he's going to drop. Let's see.
We've seen how well Baneling drops work, but there is a cannon there, so Gunman's gonna have to pay attention and make sure that he gets the drop before the Overlord is taken out, and this can be devastating to Jerkel's economy. He should know what's happening and move his probes back, but no, he doesn't, and oh man, he just lost a ton of probes, man.
Yeah, he's lost quite a few more here. Lots of them are in the red.
Yeah, one more drop would have been even more devastating. But alas, he was a little bit lucky, as that cannon was able to take out the Overlord before the last Baneling was dropped. Gunman, though, has already a ton of roaches on the field and is more than prepared for anything that might be coming his way. If anything, I think he's going to be the aggressor here. And yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. It is very difficult that that very early pool does take its it tallies up on you throughout the whole game and affects you even 20 minutes into it.
Jerkel's like, who cares?
How are the upgrades though, winners? Please tell me.
Okay, let's look at them roaches. They have just +1 carapace at this point.
Okay.
And well, the Protoss, he has 1-1.
Alright, so he's definitely doing better.
Well, yeah, War Prism on the way. Templar Archives has finished. So let's see. Well,
ooh, winners, we have a hidden fourth by Gunman.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said 2 minutes ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Has been building for 2 minutes? It's not even halfway done.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have roaches and Overlord while Baneling drops. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see how it's going to work out. Gunman is maxed at 200.
Protoss is still far behind. He really needs he's got the resources, he's got the minerals, but just not the gas. So
okay, he can get at least 3 or 4 storms off here. Now Archon's in the back. No storms. No
force fields. That was the big
dear.
thing. He completely missed out the opportunity on his force fields, and those roaches were able to make their way all the way towards his main army, and Gunman absolutely annihilates Jerkel's entire army, and this is it.
GG. Okay, Gunman, as predicted, he moves to the next round. Let's see if we can get another match. Well, until this engagement, Jerkel was doing quite well.
He even did okay in this game, even though he suffered a lot of damage and was unfortunately not able to block the second round of Zerglings from coming by. A little careless from him, and I think that might have been enough actually to completely end his chances here. He did okay, and unfortunately in the last engagement he wasn't paying attention, and even though he had more than enough sentries, he did not force field. He did not use force fields and was not able to stop the roaches from getting a complete surround. And the Baneling drops was just the icing on the cake.
That is absolutely right, and it looks like Van Mezian lost to Bullet, and it'll be a ZVZ for one semi-final, and we're already in the first semi-final, Dan Cake versus JIR, and it's gonna be a TVZ. Thank God.
Finally we get to see a Terran. And of course, winners, as I've mentioned time and time again, ZVT is my favorite matchup. So I am
to play or to cast?
To both, winners. I love playing it, I love casting it, of course. If any of our viewers don't know, I do play Terran.
Like
And
me.
yeah, we both actually play Terran. That's right. And we love to see, we love to see Terrans, do well in these tournaments. We love to see the kind of strategies they come up with, so we can copy them and do them on the ladder, as we have done before with Van Mezian's 111 TVT build. But in any case, we are here on our first semi-final leg. It is Dan versus GIR. A TVZ, like we mentioned earlier. Match should be starting soon, and I am extremely excited.
That's right. Me too. Dan, he's our defending champion. He's from Lebanon. He's up in Masters. He plays StarCraft 2 on a Mac. I don't even know what to say. But yes, here it is. He's an AUB graduate. I'm an AUD graduate, and I think you went to AUS, did you not, twdnewh?
I did go there for the first 2 years of my education, but I did finish off the last 2 years somewhere else.
Okay, so there we go.
But we do all have something in common.
Yes, that is exactly right. For any of you guys not familiar, that is I graduated from the American University in Dubai, Dan Cake from the American University in Beirut, and well, twdnewh was trolling up in Sharjah.
That's right. But back to StarCraft winners. This is what we're here for.
That's
in the
right.
top right corner, it is GIR, the blue Zerg, and in the bottom left corner, it is our winner from last week. And our first Terran to be casted for the day, it is in the blue trunks, Mr. Dan Cake.
Yeah, purple.
In the purple, sorry. Have you noticed winners?
Yeah,
I always
know.
get the purple and blue wrong. Yeah.
I know you're colorblind. I think men are more prone to be colorblind than women for some reason.
Are we?
Yes, it's medically proven.
Okay.
I think women can distinguish more colors than men.
I guess we
Anyhow,
are closer to dogs than they are.
no comment.
Back to the game winners. I do expect to see Hatchery first by GIR. It is a massive map, and he does have the opportunity to do so. It is against Terrans, so it's not as difficult to defend, or not as risky as it is against the Protoss. Dan, though, we have seen him go for both cheesy play and macro play, and as I say this, he is building a hidden Rex just to the center of the map here.
Yep.
The question is, will it be to try and maybe drop a bunker at an expansion, or maybe try and do some damage, or is it maybe just to scare off the Zerg into producing more Zerglings than he should?
Well, look, there's a gas going up. Could it be something Marauder-ish or Reaper-ish, or is there going to be a transition? We shall see. Well, the barracks is, well, not in a bad position, but I've never seen racks in that exact location. Let's see what Dan has worked up. Let's see if there's going to be an add-on or not for him. And there it is. So now it'll either be Reapers or Marauders. I'll say it'll be Reapers, and look at this, JIR scouts it. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Great scouting by JIR. He definitely shows that he has experience in this matchup and has faced the situation many times before. He can almost certainly expect Reapers to be heading his way, and judging from what I've seen from him so far in this game, he will be more than prepared.
Yep.
Metabolic boost now being researched for him, and he has pulled 2 drones off gas, leaving only 1, and still no expo winners.
Well, I think he's playing it very safe. I like that. So he has 4 Zerglings to deal with the Reaper. Reaper expand here for our friend Dan, who's getting a preemptive bunker here. So very interesting. The SCV, though, he's going to get in and he's going to check out the main base. And what is that Reaper going to do? Let's follow the Reaper around the map. Well, he's actually going to...
Reaper's actually rallied back, yeah. He realizes that the Zerg is more than prepared for this, and his Reaper will die in vain. So has wisely decided to rally it down towards the bunker, so that he can safely drop down the command center at the natural. And very nice play from both players so far.
Yeah, so let's see. JR, he doesn't want to lose any units, so he's just sending out a few Zerglings, maybe to get watchtowers, but that Reaper, well, his guns are actually pretty good. He has those P45 Gauss pistols, and they put on a lot of hurt.
They definitely do. And now he knows, he does see the expansion, so he knows that JR has finally decided to go. He's not going for some kind of one base aggression. Unfortunately for him, he does lose that Reaper without really scouting much, although there was not much to scout. And it looks like no, he's still producing Reapers out of that rack, so he is not moving out just yet. But winners,
MVP.
That's
Yes,
the MVP style.
that's
Two
the
command
MVP.
centers wants those mules out as soon as possible, and I think it's a great decision by him, as this will give him a much needed economic boost over his Zerg counterpart.
So Dan is going to let his barracks well, be attacked here, but I think he does have enough here to deal with these Zerglings.
Oh, all right, yeah, his ramp is closed off, which I think is a great decision. Of course, as we all see this now, Reapers, of course, do a lot of damage to Zerglings, and he should have kept one Reaper behind to try and defend.
Oh well.
To block these Zerglings from going out. Rax now is being pushed back towards his natural to try and complete that wall in. And with those two command centers winners and 3 mules, I think Dan's economy is going to explode very soon and very fast.
Well, JIR has not seen it, but is he gonna reveal it soon or not? I think it's just to get those extra SCVs and that mule out. The factory is there, a tech lab, interestingly enough.
Oh, but look at this great scouting timing by JIR. Overlord coming in from the southeast side of the Terran main. He does see 2 command centers and knows exactly what's happening.
So yeah, he's gonna tech up to a layer here quickly. He does have well, a lot of gas. Let's see, I'd like him to get Aspire quickly. There are not a lot of units out for Dan. He's seen 3 Reapers and he hasn't seen too many Raxes, so there might be a window from where he can produce a nice number of Mutalisks to harass. No engineering bay inside either. So, and yes, he's doing exactly as I said. His creep spread is quite nice as well. He's trying to push it out there. He's got 1 queen dedicated to pushing out creep.
But look at this, winners, an even faster infestation pit by JIR. So he's trying to do this really aggressive 2-base play.
Yeah.
I have really not seen this before, so it's something new to me. He's also building a baneling nest, so definitely going for a lot of aggression here. Looks like he is planning to you know, break that wall in with the banelings, and then try and attack him with the Zerglings and the infestors. And I'm surprised to see him take a 3rd base with all this tech.
Yep, I have missed the engineering base somewhere though. Yeah, there it was. So there are gonna be a few turrets up. Let's see how many Mutalisks are going to be made. He has 900 gas roughly, but not many minerals. So he's holding off on the mutas for the time being. Interesting. But look at all that creep. Good God.
That's I think the best, almost the best creep spread we've seen so far in this tournament.
Correct.
And I'm surprised to see that he's not. I know. Okay, he's also building a macro hatch. That's what I was looking for. He is building a macro hatch. Usually, when players are going for aggression, they do need a lot of, you know, a lot of larvae. So a macro hatch definitely makes some sense here. Dan, though, I wonder when he's planning to take that 3rd base, as 3 command centers are done. He probably should float it down very soon here, as he does have enough units now defending to be able to push out and secure the 3rd safely.
So I'm happy to see that players are making progress. JIR, I haven't seen a lot of him, but I like the way his Zerglings scout around the map everywhere. Good on him. Nice Overlord positioning here at the front, so he'll see when Dan will move out. And well, I'm pretty impressed here. As far as I can tell, I really like his play.
I definitely agree. The winner is fantastic creep spread, constant scouting. Definitely a big improvement from this player. The only thing I'd like to note is that he still doesn't have his 3rd saturated as well as I'd like. He might.
Are you kidding? He just made 20 drones.
20 drones, and at the same time is taking up to lair winners.
Hive.
To Hive,
Please.
sorry.
So Hive units, well, they might be there just in case there might be a switch later on, but I don't think he should switch to Hive tech quite yet.
I don't know, winners. Ideally, the Zerg likes to take off, take more bases and try to take over the map before going for Hive tech. I mean, he already went for a very fast infestation pit, and he invested a lot into it, and now going into Hive tech even faster, and he's only at 100 supply. So,
well, let's see. Dan is moving out.
I don't know. I mean, this is exactly what I'm worried about. Although he doesn't have enough infestors to try and hold it back. Ticking up so fast definitely has disadvantages, as he might not have enough units to be able to defend this.
So yeah, let's see. He's getting 28 more Zerglings. He has already, well, 10 infestors with a lot of energy. So if he does it correctly, he can definitely put on a lot of hurt. He's getting a 4th here on the right hand side of the map. Maybe even getting a 5th, but I think that creep tumor might just be blocking it. Unlucky. But yeah, let's see what Dan is going to do.
Dan has secured his bird in
God,
the meantime.
Board. Look at this.
Oh, board infestors, and oh man, this might actually work so well for JIR. A lot of infested Terrans. Dan is forced to push back as he loses all his
everything.
His entire force actually, and
for nothing.
Now JIR is up in supply and
infinitely ahead.
Yeah, Dan is in a lot of trouble here.
Well, Dan's building his fort. Let's see what he has. He's got another half kind of wall in here on the right side of the map. He is, well, he's keeping up in drones. Excuse me, SCVs. My God, I'm making so many mistakes today. But Jerko, well, he's going to put on a lot of hurt. Look at that stream of units coming across. Zerglings and infestors galore. There's a turret, but well, if there are no units...
No, there are no siege tanks in position, so he definitely needs siege tanks here, or else he'll lose his command center for sure. He already lost a lot of his STVs, and now Dan is forced to put even more STVs from his other bases to try and defend. I don't know why he's engaging. He should just try and repair the base while the infested Terrans just die out, and Dan survives for the time being. But JIR has secured the 4th, and he does have a lot of banelings, a lot of infestors with a lot of energy, and although he has not used it yet, he is on Hive Tech already.
Yeah, he's already on Hive Tech. He's getting more and more upgrades. Well, he's actually a bit behind in upgrades, but his income is definitely, well, actually, it's not. It's actually about the same, quite surprisingly.
The mules, winners. It's all about the mules.
I know, the mules, the mules, the mules.
The Imba mules making all the difference here. But yeah, I'm just, although I'm very impressed by GIR's style and his definite improvement, I still gotta say that I have never seen this kind of early tech happen this fast, and he might catch Dan off guard here. Dan forced to spin out, and his siege tanks are not sieged here, and he should target fire the banelings, but all the siege tanks are lost, and all the marines are gonna die, and Dan's supply is plummeting, and plummeting fast, as he is now down by about 35 supply.
Okay, and here we go. Second spire on the way. One will definitely be upgraded to a greater spire, and we should see how it goes from there. But no 5th base yet.
I don't think even.
Is it not a second?
Spire. That's the first spire.
Excuse me. Winters has dropped the ball.
No issues, winners. Looks like we'll almost certainly see that transformed into a greater spire any second now, as we do have an engagement here at the Terran's 3rd. Banelings trying to go in, but siege tanks are positioned very well here to defend it. Dan, unfortunately, is not microing his marines back and loses almost all of them.
Look at the beach balls.
Terran, man, the infested Terrans, man, they're doing a lot of damage, taking out one siege tank, going after the second, and Dan should definitely pull back and just focus on trying to save this expansion. Maybe just try to heal the command center if it's repair the command center if it's being target fired, which it is not.
He doesn't have enough energy to get off another fungal, so Dan might actually save it.
And Dan's okay for the time being. He is moving his 4th command center, the burning command center, to the fourth. Nope, looks like he wants to repair it first before moving out. And
JIR
supply
should...
count is not as bad as it was a few minutes ago, winners. So
Nope.
this is the thing. Had GIR waited a little bit with the tech, with the infestor tech and the very fast hive tech, he could have been able to reinforce a little bit better. But looks like an Ultralist Cavern and a Greater Spire are both in the making, so it'll be very hard for Dan to choose the proper units to defend against whatever is coming next.
Yep, that is right. 2 more hatcheries being taken, so Dan...
Oh, look at this, winners behind the potential fourth here. A lot of infested Terrans being dropped down, and Dan should pull back the SCVs as he is doing. Loses only a couple, and that siege tank might be targeted down. And yeah, he does lose 1 siege tank, but I think he should be okay for the time being. And JR is taking even more bases as he takes these.
As he should.
Upper left and the bottom right. Yes, he definitely should, and he's now maxed out, winner.
And just something I'd like to point out to the viewers: getting so many or using so many mules early on, meaning you will mine out faster, and that'll hurt you. Neural Parasite on the tanks here as well, and Dan is in a lot of trouble. More upgrades galore here for him. Infestors just moving in. Neural Parasite everywhere.
He does catch a lot of SCVs, and one more fungal will take out all the SCVs. But I think this match, though not over, it's not looking too good for a Terran player. He is down about 55 supply, and although he does have his 4th base at least secured for the time being, the Zerg just has way too much, winners, and he's doing okay with his resources.
Yeah, he's doing quite well, and like I said, Dan is in trouble. His main is gone. His natural, well, there ain't much left in his natural, and the third, well,
it's actually way oversaturated at the natural.
Yeah. So yeah, Jerkle, JIR is transferring drones now, respectively, to other places all over the map. Good for him. His upgrades will finish soon, and once he gets out a few more of these ultras, gets up his Unicum position. Well, there's actually a Nidus network as well somewhere, so let's see if that will be in use sometime.
30 banelings, winners, in the making, and I think this next attack is going to be the finishing blow. I do not see Dan surviving this attack. Ultralisks now with the banelings and
oh, look at this
few
here.
infestors.
Excuse me. There's a Nidus worm at the natural of Dan, just like I predicted. So a 2-pronged timing attack here.
And, okay, so a little bit of a careless attack by JIR. He essentially just moved his units towards the Terran, and with very well positioned and pretty good upgrades of tanks. JR is forced to pull back, as for some reason he is deciding to push in once again with Ultralisk. He does not have enough, and once those Ultralisks are dead, those infestors will be, will be undefended essentially. And
well, but again,
what's JR doing, man? I don't know why he's throwing away units just like that. He did suffer a lot from the very fast tech and the very fast hive, so he shouldn't be this careless. I mean, he looks like he's a little bit overconfident with the...
But his Nidus worm is doing so much damage, I think he doesn't
Yeah,
really
it is,
care.
but it's nothing a few Marines will not be able to take care of, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, it is a great attack, but look at the supply count, winners. Dan is slowly edging closer, and a few more fumbled attacks like this by JIR will eventually give Dan an opportunity to come back, as he is once again throwing in all his units. And I don't know, winners. I think Dan is going to be able to defend this without any problems. As
no, I don't think Dan will be able to defend this. He had to spend more time and resources defending his main and the natural, and well, Dan might hold this for the time being. He's still on the back foot here.
He did hold it, winners, and I do not think that was in JR's plan there. He probably thought that attack would be more than enough to kill him off.
Yeah.
Dan is definitely in bad shape, but I'm inclined to say that if the next attack doesn't kill him off, then JR will definitely be in a lot of trouble.
Well, he's up on bases now. Dan is trying to take out the base here in the south. The one on the north is not really mining.
Oh, but
either.
there are no siege tanks this time around, winners. Only bunkers. and we know what Ultralisk do to bunkers, and
They eat them.
looks like this will definitely be the final blow to Dan, as I do not see him defending it this time around. SCV is now trying to escape but are being fungled. No siege tanks essentially was the reason why JIR was able to go in, take out all the units, and there's a GG by Dan. And that was the best game I've seen in a long time, winners.
Oh yeah, that was definitely great.
I wasn't really quite sure about the very early tech by JIR, but looks like it paid off for him, and he was able to take out Dan very convincingly. Keep in mind, Dan is a very capable player and the winner of last week.
Yep, that is absolutely correct. So let's see what Dan will choose for his second map here. Well, it's
dual site. That's right.
Okay, so let's see if Dan pulls it back. I mean, JIR, he is... What league is he in? Oh, I can't click on him right now because he's not in the lobby. 1 second. He is up in... Oh, he's Masters as well.
Okay, definitely. From what I've seen, he's definitely Masters level. And
so yeah,
we should be starting our second game here very soon.
Yeah, we're doing okay in time.
Time is alright, yeah. It's only 9 o'clock, and we are already at the semifinals.
Yeah, and the other
are they playing the other semifinals in the
time? Yeah, they're playing as well.
Okay, so we might be heading out to the final after this. In any case, here we are on a new map for the week. It is GSL Dual Site, JIR versus Dan at TVZ, my favorite series to both play and watch. And both players just loading up here. On the right side, the evil side, the dark side of the map, it is the purple Terran Dan, loser of the first game. And on the left side, the good side, it is JIR, leading the series 1-0 and spawning as the light blue Zerg.
Yep, that is right. So JIR, he definitely surprised me there. I did not know that he is capable of what he showed us there, and I think Dan might have been taken by surprise there as well. Eventually JIR, he made 3 infestation pets. Okay, we did not see that. Terrible casting, terrible casting. Oh well. Anyhow, Dan, I think you might have been caught off guard there, but eventually JIR, he choked him, he prevented him from expanding, he kept on attacking relentlessly, and then, well, Dan Keikatsu, GG eventually, but good on JIR. Maybe he'll make his first MENA Cup appearance, and it'll be a change.
Certainly agree. Looks like Dan is going to wall off to one at the front here, whereas JIR, will he go for an expand, for a fast expand this time, or will he go for the safer spawning pool once again? Looks like he is going for the safer play once again, as we do see him take the first gas geyser. In the meantime, Dan is taking a very fast his gas as well, right after the racks.
Oh, why is Dan not pulling an SCV?
And will he lose his SCV? And
oh, well, definitely delaying. Oh, now there's the auto repair, and yeah, there's the gang of SCVs defending their friend, but that was a close call. One more little nab by the drone and that SCV would have been gone, and believe it or not, one SCV does make a large difference, especially in the early game, as it mines about, I think it's 45 minerals a minute, if I'm not mistaken, one?
Something along those lines, I believe. Yeah, losing an SCV this early can definitely have impact throughout the whole game, as essentially at this point in the game you're only at about 14-15 SCVs, so losing one would be would have quite the impact on the game. Dan finally, with his SCV scouting the Zerg main, does see that there is still no expand. It was a full first build, just like the first game. Orbital command now about to finish, so we will see our first mule being dropped down any second now. And looks like Dan is opening with the same thing we saw first game. He is going for the Reaper build.
Yeah, Reaper is once more getting a quick second gas as well, so well, maybe we'll see some Banshee play.
It's certainly possible.
He already has the tech lab for it, so...
And he's dropping a factory, so that just might be it. Although we did go for a Reaper first, it is not the same build as last time he went for Reaper into expand. Zerglings though do spot the Reaper. Reaper is being microed and is able to take out 1 or 2 Zerglings. And what's Dan gonna do? Is he gonna go for one, aggression off one base, or will he go for Banshees? What's your prediction here, winners?
I would say Banshees, honestly.
You think so?
Yeah.
It definitely looks like it as yeah. So looks like he will swap out the starport with the Rex and go for a Banshee build. In the meantime, JR has finally taken his natural and is joining up here and building a few Zerglings. It'll be a question of will he see this coming? That's what it all boils down to.
Well, let's see.
The Zergling did see the starport, winners.
He did?
Yes, he did see the starport, and he did see that it is right next to the barracks with the tech lab. So he could expect Banshees to be headed his way, and that wouldn't be a bad prediction at all.
Well, let's see what is going to happen here. I mean, no layer yet, meaning no overseer, no evolution chamber, and 2 queens. Spine crawlers there, so oof. I think Dan's gonna do great here. I think he might be able to pull it back. As we see,
and, he is going for cloak as well. So unless GIR goes for okay, so he's taking up to lair now. So he will have overseers if he needs them. It'll all end up to when he can scout this Banshee coming and how much damage it will be able to do before it's pushed back.
Yeah, nice overlap positioning here by JIR, and let's see. No, the waypoint is gonna be okay. So let's see. Reapers are moving across the map here, and this is definitely interesting. Are they gonna? I think they're gonna jump in, and they'll definitely. Oh, a queen in position here. Oh, and yeah, wise by Dan to pull back there. He would have lost all 3 Reapers for pretty much nothing. A lair coming there as well. Another queen in the making. Evolution chamber is there, so if the Banshee does come out and is spotted, he'll be able to fend it off in the meantime. Let's see what Dan will do as he's pushing out with a few units here. He even gets a creep tumor, and that queen might actually go down here. Actually.
And will he get it?
No.
Oh no, he actually doesn't. Clutch pullback by JIR, and with those spine crawlers, there's really not much Dan can do. Looks like he is going to try his luck and go around behind the mineral line, and it's actually not a bad idea.
One
but
queen
he needs
is
to position
going
his,
down here.
He needs a little better so they will not be surrounded by the Zerglings, and this is actually doing a lot of damage to Dan, but he's not microing his Hellion, and
but look at this now here. Banshees did just arrive, and there's the GG.
Okay, what a great attack by Dan. I really did not think with those 2 spine crawlers that he was able to do much, but he found a way through behind the mineral line, and like you said, once that Banshee came in, JR felt that he was going to incur a lot of damage before able to push it back, and it was not worth his energy and efforts to continue in the game, and we are going for a game number 3 here.
That's right, so that was a very fast game here. I do not know how the others are doing. Bullet is definitely in game, and so is Gunman, so they're both playing. As we wait for map number 3 of the first semi-final.
It's a good thing we're not casting that one, man. That was a ZVZ. A Borefest, man.
We might get a ZVZ though as a final, so
yeah,
mark your words.
GIR wins. So, although I don't take sides in any of these cups, a little itty-bitty part of me is hoping for Dan to win, for the sole reason that we do not get a ZVZ mirror match final.
Okay, we had one a couple of weeks ago, I believe.
Yes, we did.
So wait.
It was Isamu versus Gunman.
I hope Kusai, he really wants to be part of it. Kusai is quite good, so... But he doesn't, he's away now, so... Oh well. Uh, go on. Okay, so Antigua Shipyard it will be
Once again, winners.
once again. So yeah, for all you SC2 MENA Cup followers, there has been some discussion on the forums about changing the map pool, and we'll be looking into that, as well as having a different starter map. Otherwise, it might get boring, but enough about that. Let's have the intros.
Sure thing, winners. In the top 12 o'clock position, there's our winner of the first game, loser of the second, JIR, the green Zerg. And in the bottom 6 o'clock position, it is the purple turn, as always. Dan, winner of a previous cup, winner of the second game, and who tied up the series 1-1 here and sent it to a game number 3. A deciding game here for a spot in the grand finals of the StarCraft 2 MENA Cup number 12. Big thanks goes out to Gaming 420, as this is their channel we are streaming from, so big thanks to them. Please check them out at gaming420.com for the latest news, events, and community happenings of the esports in the region. The winners, anything else you'd like to add?
Well, not really. There's a Facebook page called SC2 MENA. You can find all news related to the international events, all the stuff that gets posted on Team Liquid and Reddit. We put it up there in case some of you don't know about those sites. And also all the local stuff which happens here in the region, as we just see Dan killing off the automaton. Very, very needless.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
you can tell a person's you can tell a lot by a person if because the neutral units in the on the map.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes it happens by accident. I forgive those, but killing off the Tastosis bot, oh dear.
And look at this, winners. Looks like JR is going for a hatch first this time around. A little bit of a change from the first 2 games where we saw him go for a gas and pool. Dan, on the other hand, did get his refinery once again, so he might be going for Reapers just like the last 2 games.
Well, this is the GSL edition, so we know that it can only be cross spots here, so unless Dan went for like 2 hidden barracks somewhere on the map, JR should be perfectly safe. He even went for a gas before pool, so...
Okay, so it's gonna be Marines first. No
Correct.
Reaper pool just yet, and oh, JR does save his drone here by turning into an extractor, so it will live to see a few more minutes before it is finally taken out. Dan going for a very fast factory, which I think will be seen. Is it? No, JR actually doesn't see the factory switch. So, okay, now he does see it. He does see that the Rex was pulled back, so he probably expects Hellions to be heading his way very soon. In the meantime, the hatchery is done for JIR at his expansion. His pool is off, of course. He is finally researching metabolic boost speed upgrade for his Zerglings. Took off his drones from gas completely, so he's mining purely minerals for the time being. And we do have a reactor going down on the rack, so it will be 2 Hellions at a time for Dan.
Yeah, so very greedy by JIR. He has no Zerglings out on the map. He's got 17 drones, but now 6 Zerglings and a Queen in production. Spinecrawler to fend off the Hellions as he should, and he's still trolling Dan with the gas steal. And yes, Hellions, it shall be the tech lab. So pretty much standard here, and Dan should be looking for an expand pretty soon, I would say.
Yeah, but okay, looks like he's dropping a second Rex first.
Oh,
and look at this, the drone actually escaped. So a funny turn of events here as JIR with his persistence does finally save. And wow.
Yeah, so we're all having a lot of fun here. So Dan must be kicking himself there. Oh well, the drone does will go back, but no, it gets roasted by the Hellions in the middle of the map. Oh dear. Dan
It's
really.
always fun to see some comic relief during the matches, and
Yes.
even though it's the semifinals, it's great to see the players still retain their sense of humor. It's not all serious business as some of the others um, tend to think so. And still no command center by Dan winner.
Yeah, and he's continuing to pump out Hellions, so I'm a bit worried here that it might be one base.
One base, and you know the multiple Hellion build, and will the Hellions? The Hellions can go around the spine crawlers if they choose to do so. JR wisely is building a second spine crawler as he does realize
And
that
yeah, this is, look at this. He's getting the Marauders there as well. They're gonna take care of the Queens and the Spine Crawlers, and the Hellions to back them up. So quite nice.
very nice. And will he run away with those Hellions before they get surrounded? Looks like he might. Yeah, he does get away. And GIR is actually in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah,
Marauders, like you said, do a lot of damage to the Queens and to the Spine Crawlers. So
I don't think he
like
knows that
he's
this is
going all
coming.
in.
This is JR has no idea that this is coming his way. He's not producing any units at this point, and here we go. There are a grand total of 10 Hellions out there, and 6 Marauders. So this is gonna be a roast fest.
This is very micro intensive though, so he needs to make sure that the Hellions go after the Zerglings, whereas the Marauders go after the Spine Crawlers and the Queen.
Correct.
And he needs to have them microed constantly. Marauders now take out the first Spine Crawler, going after the second, and Hellions now roasting a lot of Zerglings, and we'll be able to kill them off before they take out all the Marauders. One Marauder remains who is going
But look
after
at the
Queens,
amount
but
of Hellions that
now
are still
have free
there.
reign on the drones, and what a great positioning
Yeah.
by Dan, and he
Nice
kills
whole
off a lot of
position
drones.
there. And will he get back into the main? He should use the Queens to block the ramp. Dan could have done a lot better. He could have gone into the main. Oh,
He's
will
doing
he
a lot
do
of
it?
damage, and
Will he do
looks
it?
like he might just
Why?
be able to end. Yes, he does reach the main, and
Oh dear.
oh man, GIR is in a lot of trouble. Winners.
16 workers.
Yeah,
17. Oh, 18. How's Dan gonna follow this up?
The
Well,
question is, will Dan?
he's following
will
it
Dan
up.
expand after this, or is
No,
he going
he's
to
not.
continue to be aggressive?
More of them are here. Marauders are joining the fray now, but they're not targeting the Queens, unfortunately. Nice transfuse here. Oh dear, this is definitely more Marauders coming. Another transfuse here. One Queen finally goes down. Stem has finished as well. One more transfuse. Whenever one transfuse does go down, that means injects are lost, production is lost. Now, oh dear, more drones are being pulled here. Oh, this is carnage. This could go either way, but Dan is in a definitely better position here. More units streaming across the map here for Dan. More Marauders, 4 Marauders at a time here.
4 Marauders at a time being pumped out, and those Hellions. And although JR might be able to finally defend this, he has suffered tremendous losses. Was forced to build a lot of Spine Crawlers, lost a lot of drones, losing even more now. And Dan is expanding behind this as he is building a command center, so he will be able to transition out of this if he chooses to do so. But this might just be the end for GIR winners. I do not think he was prepared for this kind of attack.
No.
And he's lost all his units. He's down to only 23 supply compared to the 65 of Dan. And once those 2 Spine Crawlers are dead, I think
GG.
it is over for GIR and Dan. What a great timing attack by him.
And for some reason we have 100 viewers.
Which is not a bad thing at all.
Yes.
So our first finalist will be the Terran Dan, the winner from last week.
Yep.
And winners, do we have some news from the other semi-final? As I'm very interested to see who Dan will be facing off this time around.
So Gunman, I'm just going to inquire about the score as we welcome all the 101 viewers. My name is Winners. With me is twdnewh. We're casting the SC2 MENA Cup, and we've reached the finals here, and Gunman's actually losing.
What's the score?
1-0.
1-0 for Bulletproof.
Yes.
That's the thing with ZVZ winners. It's at this point in the metagame, it is very, very unstable. It's I hate to say it, but sometimes it's kind of a dice roll here, as it's not always the case where the better player wins. even if both play a straight up normal game. It all comes down to timing of various tech buildings, and of course a lot of micro. And Gunman is of course the favorite to win here, but Bulletproof is no slouch either, as he has reached the finals time and time again, and is always performing extremely well at these weekly cups.
Mr. twdnewh, please accept your invite.
I am accepting it, winners.
So yeah, Bulletproof is ready here. Gunman is ready as well. It might be a purely Lebanese final here with Bulletproof and Dan duking it out. The map is going to be Antigua Shipyard, the one we were just on. This is the ZVZ Gunman, the master of Zerg, versus Bulletproof. Well, Bulletproof definitely being the best Zerg from Lebanon. Introductions, please.
That's right. So we have our first Zerg player here in the green shorts, spawning in the 12 o'clock position. Winner of 3 consecutive cups and definitely a favorite here. It is Q Club's Gunman. And in the bottom 6 o'clock position, the other Zerg in this matchup, it is Bulletproof from Lebanon, spawning as the blue Zerg here. And as you told me, winners, he is leading the series 1-0.
That is correct.
In a very surprising turn of events.
Yes, I know that Bulletproof has been playing a lot. He's been laddering quite a bit, and recently he's taken out his first Grand Masters, so good on him. He's definitely Lebanon's #1 Zerg, and he wants to, well, definitely put the silver lining to it, and put no doubt in anyone's mind that he is nevertheless the #1 player in his country. So Gunman, of course, well, he's not often down. I think this is the first time that I see that he is down.
I haven't seen him lose a series before in the MENA Cup, so this is definitely a first for me as well.
So yeah, ZVZ.
ZVZ it's a very unstable matchup. Probably the most unstable matchup in StarCraft 2 at this point. I do feel that a lot of luck is involved in it. Of course, it is very micro. No. I'll be honest, winners. Although it does involve a lot of micro and of course a lot of skill, there is still a lot of luck factored in. So, I mean, I don't know if you'll agree, but I'll leave it at that. I'm sure many other players agree with me, not all. But if anything, if Gunman loses this, I think it'll be a very good indication that it's not always the better player that wins in these matchups. Not to take anything from out of Bulletproof, he is a fantastic player, but I feel that Gunman is just one step ahead.
Okay, so let's see if Bullet has something to say about this. So we saw a little deviation here. Gunman went for the gas before pool, and Bulletproof went for the pool before gas. So let's see how it'll take from there. So ZVZ, a game of drones all the way. Whoever can squeeze out 1 or 2 drones more at a certain given point in time will get an economic advantage, which will then extrapolate into more units, more bases and such. So ZVZ in general don't last long. We start off with Zerglings, we transition into Banelings, we then get Roaches or Roaches and then Infestors, and God willing we might even get Mutas.
If it even reaches that long.
Correct.
But here, Winters, we have a first deviation as Gunman has gone for a Baneling Nest. So whether it's going to be, looks like it's going to be a defensive Baneling Nest, just in case some aggression comes from Bulletproof's way. But both players are dropping down their expansions, so looks like we might see a longer game than usual.
Yeah, that is right.
It's just a very dynamic matchup, winners. It's almost impossible to predict what is the outcome at any given point, actually. The key really in ZVZ is scouting what your opponent's doing, what kind of tech he's going for, and trying to squeeze out every opportunity to produce as many drones as possible. This Gunman here is moving out with a few Zerglings, and they will. Looks like they have speed, so they will catch up with Bulletproof Zerglings. But no, Bulletproof Zergling speed does kick in now, and he is able to push back.
So let's see here, Zergling domination here for Gunman, but now now going for a few. Oh, he's losing quite a few drones
and
here.
does he lose that queen? Oh, Bulletproof loses his queen at the main, and this might be the key to Gunman's potential success here. He did you know, stop the mining for quite a bit, took out a queen, and something as little as that winners this early into a ZVZ can spell out disaster for the player who lost the queen.
Well,
and Gunman's definitely with the advantage here, I think.
Well, units lost. Bulletproof has lost about 60 more minerals than his opponent, so nothing too tragic just yet. But he was not as economical as he could have been. Like you said, the queen does go down. 2 roaches in production for Bullet. Let's see how he'll transition from there. But as you said, small things like that can make a huge difference.
It really can, as the queen, of course, without the queen you don't get the larva injects, and without the larva inject, your production does suffer. Supply count is even though, so both players are still okay. Can you give me the number for the drones, please, winners?
Yes.
What are we looking at for both players?
28 for Gunman, 25 for Bullet, and the earlier Roach Warren here for Gunman, so it seems like Bulletproof wants to stay on Banelings. He wants to be aggressive, but the Roaches will be on their way shortly for a Gunman. So, but Bulletproof, well, he's about 35 seconds behind. This in ZVZ, 35 seconds is an absolute eternity. And let's see how the decision making from Bulletproof will transition.
That's right, winners, and just looking at what both players are doing now, looks like Bulletproof is trying to take out the Queen of Gunman, and if he takes out that Queen, looks like there will be an even ground, but no. Great defense by Gunman's Banelings is able to stop the Zerglings from taking out that Queen, and I think that Queen Kill winners will come to haunt Bulletproof time and time again during this matchup.
Yeah, well, Gunman, he's already up about, well, 10 supply now. He's got roaches.
That's almost definitely thanks to that Queen Kill.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct here. And let's see, will Gunman be defensive? I think he should be. I don't think he should move out quite yet. But yeah, let's see.
Right, they're both even on roach count. Gunman's ahead by about 8 drones, which is quite a bit in this matchup. Both players with 2 queens, Gunman with 2 banelings compared to 3 for Bulletproof. Zergling count is widely in Gunman's favor, 10 Zerglings to only 1, and he's definitely in better position so far in this matchup, and he is rallying units towards.
Dear, and this is the GG. This is the tragic moment where you transition from to layer. You don't have enough units, and pretty much everything is in Gunman's favor here. A third going out for Bulletproof as well. Will it be denied? I think so.
Yeah, there's no chance that the third base will come to fruition. I think Gunman will possibly end the game before that. Banelings, Zerglings, and Roaches making their way in, and now the Roaches are trapped. Gunman will be able to take out all the Roaches. Banelings making their way towards the mineral line. Stop all mining, take out a few drones, and I think this is Bulletproof, although he might push this back, has suffered too many losses here, and I think if Gunman rallies a few more units towards this attack, but with this attack, he might be able to kill him out. Looks like he will not do it.
Can I give you little secrets?
Tell me.
There's the please pause here. So yeah, as we have a small pause from Bulletproof, it might be his mother, his father, his sister, his phone, we don't know. But yeah, in the meantime, what we do know is that Gunman has no idea that Bullet has a third.
Oh, he hasn't seen it?
He has not seen the third.
Okay, I thought he knew it was there, but decided to go for the natural anyway.
No, and
this third, man, it might mess things up.
Definitely.
Although it looks like Gunman is definitely in the lead. I mean, look at his resources. This third base might just catch him off guard.
Okay, so we are ready here. So
alright,
yes,
so we're back in the game. Gunman's also taking his lair.
Yeah, and layer means that he's not going to get a quick third right now. He definitely has the minerals. I don't understand what he's doing though.
I think he is going to take that third now. He is sending
Yeah,
a
he's
drone out
sending
to
a
a
drone,
third
but
location. But Bulletproof is already, he has his third up already, and even though it's not, he's not mining out of it yet, that's still quite an advantage
yep.
in this mirror matchup.
Yeah, his queen will be out earlier. He'll have a temporary production increase, and now will Bulletproof deny the third here? Yes, he will.
Oh, looks like he will. He sends a lot of Zerglings here, and he knows that if he constantly denies the third for Gunman and continuously delays it, he is gonna come out on top as Gunman finally scouts the third and is probably thinking to himself, why did I not see that earlier?
Yep.
He definitely knows that he's in a lot of trouble now, and this matchup might just turn out in a way we do not expect.
Nope.
Gunman trying to retake his third, both players with lair tech, but has anyone built any tech buildings?
No,
nothing yet? Alright.
Nothing yet. So just well, Bulletproof, he's ahead on upgrades, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get a roach. He's got he got the range attack. I don't know which Gunman does not have. He's only getting it now, as we also already have an infestation pit. So everything that Bullet has is a little further ahead than compared to his opponent. He's now taken the supply lead as well. Well, now he's back, but you know, it's a game of rounds. Whoever gets the larva first or second will be temporarily ahead. And now there is a Ling run by here for Bulletproof into the main, and one queen is definitely going to go down. More drones to follow as well here, unless there's a miracle transfuse. And my goodness, the queen is alive, and there's the transfuse again. So, oh dear, this could have
great
been
defense. He should have focused that queen down, taken it out. It would have pushed Gunman back even further than he already is. And Gunman now, thanks to that failed Zergling rush buy, does have a significant supply lead, 117 to only 100 for his Bulletproof. As Roach is now making the way towards the third of Bulletproof, maybe taking that at rocks and try to maybe you know, stop the mining there, or maybe even take out the hatchery.
Well, Bulletproof knows about it, and is he going for a base trade here? I mean, he's making his way over to the third, but okay, this is definitely strange.
This is becoming very strange, very fast here, as Gunman's roaches now make their way towards the third, and Bulletproof has to react fast if he wants to save his third, but no, he is pushing out with his roaches and maybe wants to take out Gunman's third in return, as he does know that he did mine more from his third than Gunman did, and he is focused firing that hatchery, and Gunman's gonna lose that third once again, as Bulletproof also loses his third, and both players trading blows left and right. And but do they have enough for fungal growth? Yes, now they do.
Now they do. And now
but he should probably not send them out on their own.
Oh dear, this is ugly.
Roaches, and oh man, this is very intense now, as Gunman is rallying more and more roaches towards Bulletproof's main, and I do not know if Bulletproof will have enough to deal with this.
No, a supply is 160 to 1010. So what happened there? How can Bulletproof be 50 behind?
I think it was all thanks to that earlier attack by Gunman. Even though Bulletproof was able to take a fast third, he was not able to utilize it as he liked. He was not able to produce from it as much. He was not able to mine from it as much. And Gunman during that time was able to macro up better. And even though Bulletproof might defend this, Gunman is still adding a lot of pressure, and is about 65 supply ahead, man. This guy is a macro beast.
I know.
Sending in even more forces, more roaches to stop the third from going up once again.
Wasn't even cancelled.
And things are definitely falling apart for Bulletproof. Gunman flexing his macro muscle, rallying in more units, more Zerglings, more roaches, and I do not think, even with the infestors, that Bulletproof has enough to defend this.
No, and that should be the GG as we know it. And yes, maybe he got the infestors too quickly, and that's what his opponent gave him, the larger roach numbers. I mean, he is getting off more fungals and so, and he will be able to deter his opponent, but in the long run he won't be able to do anything, as the third is now fully mining for Gunman. He's 50 supply ahead, and his upgrades are now catching up, and Gunman, he does have pretty much everything going for him at this point.
Yeah, he might even consider taking a fourth base. I mean, winners in this situation, what can Bulletproof really do here? Gunman is banking on 2k minerals and over 1k in gas, and Bulletproof barely has any mining going on and has very few resources, less supply. Can he really do anything to come back into the game?
No, absolutely not. It is pretty much over. It is now only a matter of time before Gunman's forces will be overwhelming for him. He's down 75 supply, and well, it's pretty bad to say the least.
It's pretty bad. Gunman is now taking up to Hive. He does have his own infestation pit now. He will be able to pump out infestors now and counter those of his opponents. Oh, Bulletproof now. Very sneaky play. He does have 3 burrowed infestors now, making their way towards the third base, and there is no overseer
are
up.
forming.
They're forming now, but they might not be there in time, and a few key fungal growths might be able to take out this entire mineral line here for...
Fungal? Where's the fungal?
Come on. Oh no, he's gone for he should have fungled first.
Fungal one.
Fungal!
Oh dear.
Oh, looks like he decided to go for infested turn, and Gunman actually didn't pull back his drones in time, and he lost a few, but that attack could have gone a whole lot better had he used fungal growth.
He lost all his infestors, and now a hidden base here for Bullet and 2 more.
I'm surprised. Why not fungal growth?
I don't know myself.
2 fungal growths would have been enough to take out all the drones there, or most of the drones. Gunman now taking 2 more bases in both sides of the map. Bulletproof trying to take a sneaky 4th here at the bottom left corner, but I don't think it even matters. Gunman is maxed out against the 126 only for Bulletproof. I think the upgrades might even be similar. No, Gunman's even ahead in the upgrades. He does have a lot of infestors, and winners, this is the end for Bulletproof.
This is the absolute end. A couple more seconds in this game and we shall see the GG, and it is 1-1.
Gunman ties up the series, and we are going to a game 3 to see who will be going ahead with Dan to the grand final. And yeah, we should be starting our 3rd map here as soon as Bulletproof decides on the map.
Yep. So yeah, Dan is in the final. Good on him. 1-1. So let's see if Gunman has what it takes to come back, or if it will be Gunman again in the final.
It certainly looks like it, winners. If that last game was anything to judge by, I mean, I didn't see the first game, so I don't know how Bulletproof won, but Gunman's definitely back in shape, and I think he will be meeting Dan in the grand finals.
Yep, that is right. So thank you very much for all you beautiful 49 viewers out there. My name is Winners. With me is twdnewh, and this is the 2nd semifinals of the SC2 MENA Cup number 12. We're waiting for our invite here to see who will make it. There'll definitely be Zerg in the final, and we're having a pretty good day. Mr.
Definitely
twdnewh.
a very good day. It's 9:30, and we're gonna start the final soon. So definitely, I've definitely seen a trend of improvement in terms of timing, in terms of organization in the weekly cup. If we recall, some time back, a couple of months back, it was a real mess. Players not showing up on time, tournament starting late. We finish, way past midnight. But things have definitely turned for the better, and I'm very happy to say that. A big part of it is thanks to you, winners. You definitely, your influence here has definitely done wonders for the tournament, and I hope you can keep up the great work.
Yeah, thank you very much. And now Bulletproof is saying that correct. So yeah, Bulletproof is saying that he does not like any of the maps, so we might address that for the next MENA Cup. And it is daybreak.
Alright.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Sleem, who has proposed a few logos for SC2 MENA. Unfortunately, I have not had the chance to actually be given the actual files and implement them into the, the websites and all into the stream. But maybe I can do that for next week.
Yeah, I've actually seen those. They're actually quite good winners. I was very impressed. Big thanks to him for Slim for taking the time and effort to create those logos for the StarCraft 2 community here at MENA. In any case, we are now in the third game, the final deciding match. The winner, of course, will be heading off to the grand finals to meet Dan. In the top right corner, it is the blue Zerg from Team Q Club Dominion. It is Gunman. And on the bottom left corner, it is the green Zerg from Lebanon, Bulletproof.
So yeah, a bit of a larger map here. Might not be as long as might not be as short as the last one. Maybe both are gonna go for an earlier expand. We'll never know. But there'll definitely be a bit of downtime for the time being. So, what have you been doing, Mr. twdnewh?
I've actually been gaming a bit, handheld gaming on my 3DS. Other than that, I mean, I haven't been gaming a lot, but that's what I've been doing in any free time I had. I also played a few demos on Steam, The Darkness 2, and some new RPG, which I do not recall the name of. Hold on, I grabbed the name now. Just give me a second. It's actually a very, very good game, and I recommend everyone to check it out. It's Kingdoms of Amalur: The Reckoning. It's an RPG. It's published by EA, and the demos is actually quite good. So you should at least give it a try. And you winners, what have you been up to?
Well, actually, I'm actually doing more RLS. That's the real life stuff, opposed to the esports scene that I'm involved in over here. But not much actually. Just watching a few TV series. I'm actually looking for a full-time job at this point. I need to have a steady income, so I please both my future wife and my mother. So that's what I'm doing, but otherwise just watching a few TV shows, actually getting some achievements in the single on StarCraft here. So yeah, not much, as both players are complaining about lag. Is it me? Is it you? Is it them?
I think it's them. I don't think it's us, as
no.
They're the ones with a little bit of an unstable connection. In any case, looks like near identical builds from both players, both going for a hatchery first. Very strange thing to see in a ZVZ, but both
not on
players.
This map.
You think so? Even a ZVZ?
Yeah, not on this map. I mean, the distances are great, and
I still think it's a little risky. I mean, in any other matchup, I definitely agree, but in this matchup specifically, it might be a little too risky to go for a blind hatch first. In any case, both players have safely gone for it, and are now, and both, of course, with their gases, have started researching the speed metabolic boost for the Zerglings. The only difference is that Bulletproof is continuing to mine gas, whereas Gunman has stopped after the 100 gas required for.
There you have your answer. It's a baneling nest.
A baneling nest, as we expected, I think. So Bulletproof baneling nest. I'm not sure yet if it's for aggression or for defensive purposes. Could be for both. He is also building a spine crawler, so it might indeed be for defensive purposes. Gunman, on the other hand, does not look like he fears anything. No defense, no baneling nest. Just pumping out drones.
That is right. Thank you for hello to everyone in chat, Kronos, Icons, and whoever else is there. If you're there, leave us some feedback or like us on Facebook. That's SC2 MENA on Facebook.
That's right.
I'm trying to get everything organized down here in the Middle East and North Africa. It's not as easy as it sounds because, well, things are quite different here if you kind of listen to the news from day to day. But we're trying here, and esports is definitely growing, and I want to be a part of it. And like, I think Gunman wants to finish this game quickly.
Yeah, certainly looks like it, as he does have a flock of Zerglings here. 20 Zerglings now making their way towards Bulletproof's base, and does he have enough? He he doesn't have the banelings yet, so those Zerglings do have the opportunity to do some damage.
There's a spine crawler.
One spine crawler, I'm not sure it's gonna be enough, but
and the queen.
Look, no, so Bulletproof successfully defends this early aggression by Gunman, and how will Gunman follow this up with as he is now slightly behind in supply, but he is building a Roachhorn.
Oh dear, why Bulletproof is going for a layer Roachhorn and another base all at once, so well, I don't actually know. I think
this is the same mistake he did last game, where he went for a third base in addition to infestors, and because of that, Gunman was actually able to produce more roaches and able to take that advantage and do a lot of damage to Bulletproof before his infestor play came into made any difference.
So yeah, one spine crawler now here, 2 queens and 2 roaches. Definitely the Gunman likes pairs of 2s. Excuse me, that was terrible observing there for a second. Slip of the mouse, and those Zerglings will spot the third, I would presume. And yeah, that Bullet is wants to poke a little. He wants to take out a few drones, and he's definitely gonna do that. He's putting on a lot of hurt here. 3 workers killed. 4.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Will he get the 4th? Looks like no, he does not get it.
He got a 4th, but
he did. Okay, but not that one.
No, but he hurt quite a bit, and the 3rd is already up here for Bulletproof. Additional larva for him, additional production, and well, Bulletproof, well, he's actually doing quite well. He has defensive banelings, he has roaches out, so Gunman, well,
what's the worker count like, winners?
40 for Bulletproof, 45 for Gunman.
Gunman, man, he is indeed a macro beast. How does he do it? Even with all that aggression, even with having lost a few drones, he is still up. Granted, Bulletproof did invest quite a bit of resources on taking that faster 3rd, but Gunman is still always doing so well with his macro, constantly squeezing in drones left and right, and able to always out-macro his opponent. And Bulletproof is now going for the earlier infestation pit once again, so I do not know if it will work this time, as it did not in the second game.
That is right. Gunman does have a 10, well, he did have a 10 supply lead, but yeah, let's see how he's moving out.
He has the resource advantage, as he's up on about 1k minerals and 0.3k gas, and he's going for that 3rd, winners. He does have Zerglings now surrounding that hatchery, and I think once he kills off that queen, he will go for that hatch. And Bulletproof, will he send his units in time to defend? No,
yeah.
The queen does die, but the hatchery is safe.
More roaches on the way here. Bulletproof is now in the lead, and now he's gonna go for a frontal attack as the spine crawler moves.
This is looking so similar to the second game, winners.
Oh, Gunman's just playing tricks here, but Bulletproof is there.
Bulletproof does know what's happening, and roaches now make their way towards the 3rd, and Bulletproof should move his units back to try and defend. Gunman very wisely targeting that hatchery, but is being forced back. Upgrades are in Bulletproof's advantage, actually, as he has 1-0 attack for his
But the
roaches.
concave is much better here for Gunman, but more roaches here for his opponent. A few banelings doing their part as well, and Bulletproof now, look at this 30 supply lead.
30 supply lead. He has a 3rd base, but we have seen him in the same situation the last game. So if Gunman's able to do a lot of damage, as he is, he did have an amazing run by many Zerglings into the main, killing off he did kill off a few drones, going for the larva, actually, oddly enough.
Yeah.
But
so let's see here.
Look at the supply count, 117 for Bulletproof to only 62, so he's almost half the supply, and he's down a base. So
I mean, this is it. There's a macro hatch here for Gunman, but no 3rd. That well, that roach is going down. The spine crawler has now anticipated, but there are more spine crawlers in the making. But the roach warren does go down, and the roaches should. Will they focus down the spine crawlers? Yes, 1. 2, 3.
Yeah, I know things are not looking good for Gunman at all.
No.
Although we had a very similar scenario in the last game, things didn't quite turn out the same this time around. And although Gunman might clear it out, at what cost, winners? He's only 70 supply compared to 100 plus for his opponent, and the roaches are actually still alive and still doing some damage. And I see that Bulletproof, man, he is so much in the lead that I really do not know if Gunman can come back from this.
Well, but the supply difference has definitely dropped here. How many queens are out? I don't think there's only one queen out here for Bulletproof. That might explain it.
Yeah, it definitely explains the supply discrepancy there. He should probably build a couple more queens. He is building one more. Gunman looks like he is planning to go for a counter attack. We'll pick out a couple of roaches here, but nothing really threatening, as Bulletproof does have infestors out now with energy, so he will be able to defend any counter attack by Gunman. And winners, we might actually see Bulletproof make it to the final here, and against all odds.
I know. He also, Gunman is still, he has 900 minerals banked. But yeah, he's definitely in the tight spot here.
He's in a very tight spot, and he's actually missing a few larva injects here, as the queen in the main does have enough for a couple of larva injects, and he hasn't used them yet on either his lair or his macro hatch.
Yeah, so Hydralus Den here for Gunman, and well, he definitely needs it.
Definitely needs it, winners. He is taking his third now, but I feel like it might be a little too late.
It's eons behind. 50 supply down now for him. More drones here in the make it for Bulletproof. He's getting 2 additional gases. I like the fact that he's put down a few spine crawler for defensive measures, and he's doing quite well. He can definitely afford to get a 4th at this point, as Gunman is taking the 3rd. He should not throw away the sleet, because if you give Gunman a chance to come back, he'll definitely take it.
Yeah, anyone but Gunman, man. Don't give him a chance to get back into it. In the rare opportunity you do get ahead from him, you should try and take advantage of that lead. And so far, seems like Bulletproof is doing it. I just like to see him take a 4th.
I like this here. Zerglings are going to attack this 3rd here.
Oh, he should definitely surround that hatchery and force the cancel. Gunman cannot actually cancel it. He has to let it complete and try to defend, because if this hatchery goes down or if it's delayed any further, he will be in a ton of trouble.
Yeah, so now nice here by Bullet. He's getting his 4th in position, and that 3rd is by Gunman. It's definitely hurt. It has less than half health. So yeah, let's see. What is Bullet gonna wait for? He's gonna wait for a couple more upgrades here. He wants to get up to that maybe 200 mark, maybe push a bit earlier.
And he is going for Hive Tech, winners.
Yet again.
Actually, almost done.
Yeah. So, do you think he should attack the 3rd, or should he just go in for the main?
If he goes for the, I mean, the 3rd is already damaged. As you mentioned earlier, it's less than 50% of his HP. So it's definitely an easier target. And if he kills off that 3rd, then Gunman is crippled and will definitely have no chance of coming back into the game. So I think, you know, why risk it and go for the main, or go for the natural, when the 3rd is definitely an easier target, which will reward you even more if you're able to take it out.
Yeah, that's right. But now here, Gunman, very nice. He's gonna deny that 4th here. It's actually gonna finish. How is Bulletproof gonna deal with it? I don't think he's gonna deal with it, because he doesn't have any fast units to get over there.
That 4th hatchery is definitely gonna go down, but I think that's the last of Bulletproof's concern, as he is going for that 200 timing attack. Well, it's not a timing attack anymore, as it's 200, but he's going for that full army attack, and I really doubt that Gunman's able to stop this. And once that 3rd base is taken down, I think Gunman's gonna tap out.
Yep. So let's see how this is going to go. There are a grand total of 9 infestors, but there are more infestors here for Gunman. Nice spine crawlers as well. So let's see how this is going to go.
Alright, using some infested Terrans to soak up some of the damage, and
okay, that's a lot of green.
He gets a lot of goo, man. Can't even tell what's happening. All I know is that the 3rd is gonna go down. mission accomplished for Bulletproof, and with 195 supply compared to only 106, I think Gunman is gonna tap out. He is losing all his infestors now, and looks like we're gonna have a ZVT final winners.
Yep, so let's see. A lot of hurt roaches in there, and there's the GG. Well played, and there it is. Gunman losing the first series as well as I can recall in the history of the SC2 MENA Cup. So we'll have a complete Lebanese final here.
That's right. So looks like Lebanon will have its another winner this week. Good on them. Looks like the Lebanese players are the ones practicing the most, and
Yep.
really notice. I mean, Bulletproof has improved quite a bit from what I've seen him in the last few weeks. His ZVZ in particular is actually quite good winners.
I know, I told you so.
You told me so indeed. So let's ready up for the grand finals here.
Yep.
Will be a best of 5. It will be our Terran winner from last week, Dan Cake, versus our finalist from this week, his comrade, Lebanese comrade, the Zerg Bulletproof. And I'm all excited for the ZVT final winners.
Yep, me too. So yeah, thank you very much for viewing, everyone. My name is Winners, with me is twdnewh, and now we shall cast the SC2 MENA Cup number 12 final, as we have Dan Cake of Lebanon versus Bulletproof of Lebanon. Respectively, I think they are master of their respective races, as they both are up in Masters and are arguably their country's best players.
Right, winners.
Mr. twdnewh, please accept the invite, so we shall get going. We are on the streak here. It is only a 9:54 according to my watch, and we shall start off on ESV Cloud Kingdom once again. Wait. So yeah, there we go. So we're all in as sure. So Bulletproof has requested a 2-minute break. I will definitely give it to him, as he has been playing.
I think we need the breaks as well, winners. That
yeah.
2 minutes break, not too bad. Maybe a chance to grab something to drink real quick.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan here.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Yep, me too. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be back in just Mr. twdnewh, are you back? Can anyone hear me?
I'm back, winner.
Okay.
Glad to have you back as well.
Yep. So yeah, we have a Lebanese final. Dan Cake versus Bulletproof. Who will take it? Both have won it before, and honestly though, I'll make Bullet the favorite.
He's been mighty impressive from the 2 matches I've seen him play. Definitely has improved quite a bit. Dan is a previous winner, and he's been a finalist quite a few times. So taking him out is no laughing matter. Looks like one of our players is ready, just waiting for Bulletproof to ready up as well. He did request a short break, probably exhausted after that best of 3 with Gunman.
So yeah, but we see that Gunman is not invincible like MVP is.
No one's invincible in the world of StarCraft.
Except if your name is Nesty, then you're just perfect.
Well, he hasn't been doing as well, winners.
Yeah. But I think he's laughing. He's like, I'll take my 4th this time round.
Maybe he wanted to give the other players an opportunity to shine as well. Didn't want to, take all the glory for himself.
Yeah, he's made so much money of StarCraft 2, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, these top tier players, man, the Korean players, they make a lot of money.
He's won $250,000 already. That's just in
not
prize
bad
money.
to say the least. Not bad. That's just a prize money, like you said. Not even the salary or the sponsorship money. In any case, back to the MENA region. Let's leave Korean StarCraft for another day.
Yep.
It is the grand final of the 12th edition of the StarCraft 2 MENA Cup. It is a ZVT. Dan and Bulletproof, both from Lebanon. Bulletproof spawning as the red Zerg on the top right corner, whereas Dan is spawning as the purple Terran in the bottom left corner.
Oh yeah, and a big shout out to Van Mezian, who is the king of lag in the MENA region.
That he is, winners. He's also the best one base all-in player, at least in the TVTs I've been seeing.
So
I've been trying to replicate, to perfect that build for a long time, winners, and as good as I've become in that build, I still can't quite do it as good as he does.
I know, even his 12-year-old cousin beat me with that build.
Oh geez. Okay.
I know. Oh my god, it was just ridiculous. So yeah, anyhow, why don't we just give him another title? He's also probably Saudi Arabia's best player. So there you have it, Van Mezian. That's enough love for you.
That's right, representing Team BTK.
Born to kill.
That's right, man. They're born to kill, so they are cold-blooded murderers, man. And that's actually a good thing in the world of esports. So back to the game at hand, winners. What are you expecting out of both players here? In terms of build order,
hatch first for Bullet.
You think so?
I think so. No reason not to.
Dan?
And Dan, Dan is gonna play a normal game, maybe Hellions, but I'm not gonna. Dan needs to play his best. Here, I don't think he's gonna go for anything cheesy or such. Standard game here for Bulletproof, for Dan, and well, Bullet, there you go, hatch first. For some reason there's no sound, is there?
You're actually right.
I upped the sound a bit, so
just
there
a
you
little
go.
bit, okay. So you called it right. It is going to be a hatch first for our Zerg player, Bulletproof, followed by spawning pool. The Terran, of course, has walled in the front as they usually do, denying the scout of the drone. Very unfortunate for him. He has also taken his refinery, so we're most likely going to see a factory from him, as he is now building a factory. First meal goes down to mine those 270 minerals, which they are brought down to do. And Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Reactor Italian opening for our Terran player.
Yep, that's what I had called, and oof, there was the misclick here by Dan Cake. Those small things can make a difference, and the key is here, he needs to do damage to his Zerg opponent. If you let Z or Zerg take the map, they're gonna have a field day, and as a Terran, eventually you will be overwhelmed as I experience every single day on the ladder.
Ha! Tell me about it, winners. So no metabolic boost yet. It looks like it will be started as soon as the Zerg hits 100 gas, and as I say that, he does, and he did keep one drone on gas, so he will be mining a little bit of gas as the time goes by. Dan, on the other hand, is producing his first 2 Hellions, so that will be great for taking map control, going over the Zalanga towers, and maybe even roasting a few drones if possible.
That's right. So, also another thing I'd like to point out, Bulletproof and Dan Cake, they play a ton with each other, so they know their styles, and Dan even said that Bulletproof is the favorite in this matchup. And let's see how it'll be, and oh my god, he'll even get 4 Zerglings into the main, and Dan will be kicking himself for that.
To say the least, winners. Although the Marauders and the... Okay, and so now the Zerglings scout the double tech labs on the 2 racks, and Bulletproof knows exactly what's coming his way. It's going to be a Marauder Hellion push, and as I say that, he does drop down 2 more Spine Crawlers, which means I think he's going to be more than safe.
Let's see how long those Marauders will take to walk across the map. Stem is on the way yet again. More Zerglings in production, but yes, these Spike Crawlers will definitely get there before. And
oh no, Dan is supply blocked temporarily, and that's never a good thing, especially when you're going for some kind of timing attack like this Marauder Hellion attack. That's very unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
First with the Zerglings able to get in his base and scout, and then second with the missed supply depot. So 2 small blunders by him, and those small things, man, they can make all the difference.
Oh dear.
Hellions
the
get
surround on the Hellions, and well, this is pretty much over.
Everything's falling apart for poor Dan. And now the Marauder has to go back with not much to his name, really.
Well, the Marauder will be lucky if he gets home, because there are a lot of Zerglings out there.
Definitely possibility of a counterattack for Bulletproof.
But he doesn't need it. He can take a 3rd now and laugh.
Yes, very easily take a 3rd.
And that's what he should do. He should not risk. I mean, those Zerglings, that's a lot, to be perfectly frank with you. That's a lot of Zerglings, and they can do quite a bit of damage.
If anything came out positive for this for Dan's attack, it was that he forced out a lot of Zerglings. All those Zerglings are, of course, potential drones, so...
I mean, sorry to interrupt, Bulletproof should go for it now. There's not enough here for Dan. Those Hellions aren't going to do anything. They're 4 Spine Crawlers and a Queen, and this is exactly what is going to happen here. Look at this. Okay, the tank is out, but still, this is just going to put Dan further on the back foot. He's going to deny mining. He's even going to, hopefully, take out that 1 supply depot on the SCV there. These things account for a great lot. The Hellions might be there, but Bulletproof is buying himself time. He's now putting up his 3rd. Siege mode might be on the way, but Bulletproof definitely in a better position here.
Almost certainly in a much better position. That's the thing, man. These small mistakes here and there, those small hiccups here and there, they all add up. They all add up, and eventually are the reason for losing the game. And although those Zerglings are pushed back for the time being, you know, that little small run by is slowing down the mining at the natural, and the longer, you know, the longer Dan has to wait before he's mining at the 2nd is the more advantage, and the further ahead his opponent Bulletproof gets.
That's right. Layer on the way.
Layer and a macro hatch, and Bulletproof is in a much better spot. I do not think, you know, I mean, it's a really long way for Dan to try and come back into this. He is he's doing, you know, he's ahead of supply, but that's only because Bulletproof is saving his minerals and his larva for probably a
Mutas.
spire. Yeah, mutas and a
Yeah.
spire. So that's yeah. He's now got two evolution chambers, double upgrades going down. He's also building a roach warren, just for good measure. And I mean, I think even if he goes for a fourth, can Dan do anything about it?
No. Well, Bulletproof has 99 problems, but Dan ain't one at this point.
Oh yeah.
30 more Zerglings on the way. Infestation Pit Roach one has just finished. Upgrades galore going down. More queens. More of everything for the Zerg player here. But that one queen does get roasted. That was the first mistake from Bulletproof here. As thing that makes it 1-1.
More like 1-3, man. Dan did make a lot of mistakes. First the supply depot, second with the botched Hellion controls, and although he's okay. I mean, he's okay now. He's kind of stabilized a bit, but Bulletproof is just his tech is ahead. His income is better. His bases are more. What's the worker count? I mean, I'm
The
sure
worker count,
Bulletproof is
I
ahead.
shall. Yep, 53 for Bullet and 43 for Dan. And these are things that Dan does which really aggravate me. He pushes out with about 15 Marines and 2 tanks. And I don't see them doing a lot.
I
Oh
mean,
well.
At this point, he's just trying to poking around and see what damage he can do. He definitely knows that he is very far behind, and has a mountain to climb to get back into this game. I'm actually surprised he didn't try and build a third command center to try and at least get his economy a little bit better. But he is now going for a third and going for the Zerg third, and I think Bulletproof should be able to defend this without any problems.
Yeah, oh. Now the tanks are in position. Stem has finished. But 1 tank goes down, 2 tanks go down, spine crawlers are moved back into position, and that's all she wrote for Dan there. He threw away essential units without causing a lot of damage. Okay, great. He managed to take out 1 queen, but that's about it. Infestors have now popped. Another base going up for Bullet. Third
Burrow's being researched.
Burrow, very nicely done. Dan Cake is now building his third, but oh well, he's keeping up in supply, but the tech is definitely in Bullet's favor, and once the creep is being spread, the production and tech is in place, Bulletproof will simply overpower Dan Cake.
Definitely looks like it, winners.
There's a scan which I missed. Did you catch that scan?
I do believe, yeah, he scanned the main, so he did see the hive being being morphed. So at least he knows that timing is coming up. But fourth base now going out for Bulletproof. I don't even know if Dan had complete vision of everything Bulletproof was doing. I don't think it would make a share of difference in this situation. Dan now attempting to secure a third. Bulletproof will of course see that happening, and I think that will prompt him to do some kind of attack fairly soon here.
But yeah, there is a missile turret though here going up, and even another command center being taken here.
Yeah, he needs to do this kind of thing. He needs to try and take as much as possible. Oh, he does catch that medivac, so Bulletproof should be a little more careful, as Dan does have siege tanks in key positions, so
Yep.
although he's ahead, he shouldn't throw around his units. His supply count isn't that far ahead yet.
No, not yet, but more infestors and more upgrades. He's already getting 3-3. My god. Dan is only
3-3
starting.
already.
Yeah, Dan is only starting his, 2-1. Well, he's about to finish 1, but...
Alright, so we see that Ultralos Cavern is being built for Bulletproof. Looks like that's his hive tech of choice. And of course, the upgrades were definitely very telling on what he was going to do. 4 bases up, he has more than enough economy to support the Ultralisks. Might even take a 5th and 6th just for good measure. Dan, on the other hand, Should probably try and put an STV back on that command center. Try
Yep,
and to finish building it.
which he does now.
Alright, so at least that's there. Looking at the upgrades for both players, of course, we did go over the Zerg's upgrades. Looking at the Terran's upgrades, he does have 1-1 on his bio. Researching 2-2 now, only just now. And for the mech, it is still at 0-0 and only researching +1 attack for the time being.
Yeah, another base now going to be taken here. Why not the one closer to his third is a mystery to me, but that's okay. Dan
He
moving.
doesn't have the creep already there, so that definitely makes more sense.
Yeah, Dan, well, he's pushing out with a little task force here, you know, stemming a few Marines, but they're on their way home. And, well, Bullet has seen that Dan is getting another base, so Dan is definitely getting more and more bases here, but Bulletproof is about maxed out. He's already banking 2k minerals.
You know what I would have liked to see Bulletproof do in this
Tell
map?
me.
See that center of map where there's a lot of ramps? Why not have a couple of buried banelings in all those ramps?
That's a good suggestion here. And now look at this, ultras are on the way already.
I mean, the map terrain definitely begs for that kind of play to be incorporated. And as we just saw, Bulletproof did force a cancel on that fourth or fifth base for the Terran. Now the Ultras are making their way towards this narrow chokehold. Are there enough siege tanks really to stop these Ultras?
Yes.
Doesn't look like it. The infestors are being taken out though. He needs to use that infestor energy before they're all taken out.
Yep, there's a ghost there as well, and well, Bullet didn't do a lot of damage.
No, he did not. He is going to lose all those Ultralisks, and this actually has evened out the supplies a little bit, as Dan is only 40 supply behind compared to the 50 plus which he was behind just a few seconds ago. Bullet, of course, thanks to his great economy, is able to rebuild his economy instantly, rebuild his army instantly, even with that bottom right corner base not being utilized at all.
Well, not just, well, yeah, not yet. I'm sure he'll make use of it in a second as he grabs another base, well, two more bases here, and well, Bulletproof is now flexing his Zergly muscles, and
oh, winners, look at that troll overlord.
I know.
Creep
Everywhere,
yeah.
and well, the planetary fortress,
the planetary fortress
did not even get
a chance.
Yep, and now Dan's in trouble. His main
Dan was in trouble about
20 minutes ago.
Yeah. He's even more in trouble now. That's what you were trying to say.
Yep, definitely.
As Bulletproof takes two more bases, that closer base you initially thought he should have taken, and the top left corner base. And that's about, I think, all the bases he will need for 2 consecutive lifetime.
Yeah.
What can Dan do, winners? I mean, okay, he's
well,
up on
he can.
supply, but
something he's missed this whole game is that there aren't any mutas in there. Bulletproof definitely skipped on mutas. He could have continued with drop play to get him into this game.
yeah, I was surprised. Knowing that there are no mutas in the field is definitely encouraging for a Templar to use drop play. But now we have an engagement here. Many Ultras making their way towards center with a lot of Zerglings and a few Infestors. And will Dan be able to defend this? Tanks being taken out, Marines, Marauders dying left and right. Ultras streaming their way towards the Terran third, and if this base is taken out, winners, then I really cannot imagine Dan able to do anything at all, as he's now down about 70 or 80 supply. And looks like he's forced to tap out, winners.
Yep, he should tap out. I mean, he could try to make a stand, but everything is burning, going up in flames at this point. And there's the GG, the 1-0 for Bulletproof. And he was the favorite for me going into the finals, and he's underlined that once more.
And his gameplay definitely showed it. He's very impressive, man. Really liking his playstyle, and I'm really loving how much he's improved in the last few weeks. Hopefully some of the other SC2 tournament participants can take a cue from him and maybe get encouraged to try and practice a little bit more.
I completely agree. I mean, taking down gunmen is no small feat, and then, well, getting rid of Dan the way he did, that's pretty good too. So really,
he essentially manhandled them, winners. He He gave him no opportunity to do anything whatever. He punished every single mistake Dan made, and just kept the pressure on throughout the whole game. Dan couldn't really get out of that slump, and Bulletproof eventually took over the map and just swarmed them with Ultralisks and Zerglings.
Yep, you're absolutely 100% correct. As now I am joining the game here. Dual sight it is once more from Dan.
Like he's very comfortable with this map.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe, well, he did show us a bit of Banshee play. Maybe he's going to utilize it again this time around. Who knows? But we're definitely going to be in for another great match as the countdown has now begun. So yeah, a 1-0 for Bulletproof. Will he make it 2-0 or can Dan make a comeback? I'm surely hoping not to see a 3-0.
Certainly not. So welcome back, everyone. I am twdnewh, and joining me is Winners as always. And we are here in the second match of the StarCraft 2 MENA Cup number 12 Grand Final between the right player on the right side, the green Zerg.
I was dropped.
Not only you, it was actually
Everyone.
a lot of people were dropped, yeah.
Okay, let's try this again. So, attempt number 2 of GSL dual sight. Let's hope. Were we all dropped at the same time?
You and Dan were dropped at the same time. Me and Bulletproof stayed in the game for some reason.
Okay. Oh, same
Any case,
positions.
yep.
Kidding.
So once again, let's try this. Welcome back, everyone. I'm twdnewh, and joining me, as always, is my good friend Winners, and we are here in Game 2 of the StarCraft 2 MENA Cup number 12 Grand Final. On the right side of the map, the evil side, it is the winner of the first game, leading the series 1-0, the red Zerg from Lebanon, Bulletproof. And on the left side, the good side, it is the purple Darren Dan, who's trying to make a comeback in this final. The Winners, that was a very, very entertaining first game. Bulletproof flexing his Zerg muscle, doing everything right. Dan, unfortunately, a few key mistakes in the beginning of the match, such as mismicroing the Hellions and getting scouted with those Zerglings. And since then was not able to really do anything to come back to the game. Do you think he'll try something different this time, or maybe go for the Hellion Marauder play once again?
Well, I don't think he'll do it again. Seeing the way Bulletproof defended it the first time round, Banshees maybe, but he definitely has to make something happen. Again, I really want to fault him on not using drop play in the last game. Medevacs are so powerful. If the way you see MMA utilize it, the way he takes out key structures, the way he cripples his opponent's income, there's definitely something to look at, something to try and imitate if you're a Terran and if you're playing against a strong Zerg player. I mean, MMA for me, he's the number one Zerg killer in the world, if I'm not mistaken.
He's the number one everything killer, Winners. Nothing can really stand up to him at the moment. Although he did not perform as well as I thought he would in the last I think it was the round of 16 or round of 32. He was a little bit off. Looks like his TVP isn't quite as good as his TVZ and TVT, as he did have two Protoss players with him in the group.
Yep.
But in any case, back to this game. Looks like Dan is back to his hidden rack shenanigans. Bulletproof, of course, having played Dan about 1,000 times, did know where to look and did see the racks indeed. Bulletproof, feeling confident after that first game, did go for a hatchery first. He is taking his gas now and building a spawning pole. And Dan does does not look like he's planning any kind of pressure in terms of racks or marines for.
Yeah. Well, there's the bunker going up. 4 drones were pulled. The SCV does go down, and the bunker will be cancelled eventually, just to make the Zerg lose some mining time. And look how cocky Bulletproof is. He doesn't even think. Let it. He doesn't even kill it off. He just lets it stand there. He's like, whatevs.
That's probably a good idea, as you know, he doesn't want to waste more mining time on that. He can just use the Zerglings, which are going to come out very soon here, to take it out.
Look, he's actually sending. Dan is he sending another SCV? No, he's not.
No, he's just sending a couple of Marines to have a look at what's happening, but the Zerglings are going to be able to push it back out. It's like, I think Bulletproof is a little bit overreacting towards this aggression and sending a lot of drones.
Why,
he wants
to send a clear message out to Bullet saying, don't mess with me. That's exactly what he has done. Well, the 2 queens out now getting off their injects. A drone on gas only, so that's not that much, only if he wants to transition later into the game. Reactored Hellion is going to be the order of the day for Dan. Did not expect anything else from him. He's getting his second gas. He's actually going for 2 factories now. Ooh, I like.
Ooh, something different coming from Dan, so it's not going to be the usual Hellion Marauder kind of push. And he is building a command center behind this, so looking good so far. The Zerglings, do they spot the reactored Hellions? Yes, they see the factory with the reactors, and the Hellions, of course, pushing back the Zerglings. But Bulletproof still not quite sure. He definitely didn't see the second factory, so he's not quite sure what's happening.
Oh, he's gonna get Blue Flame Hellions, and he's gonna pump
3 Hellions at a time.
No, he's gonna get a Thor. Look at this. Is he gonna go for Blue Flame and then pump Thors behind this? He's getting an early armory.
He might be going for +1, early +1. It's certainly a possibility. I mean, he is getting Blue Flame, so we do know that he's planning to have a lot of Hellions out on the field. And Overlord is making its way towards the main base, so if Dan spots the Hellion with his command center, he should send out a few Marines to take it out.
Yeah, so let's see what's gonna happen. Blue Flame on the way, and then the what? No, he's actually making a Thor. This is not making any sense.
Oh, so he is making a Thor?
No, he's making a tank.
No, wait.
But I didn't expect him to get a siege tank and then followed up with something. And yeah, Bulletproof.
I don't know. This is looking very odd, winners.
Yeah, and now this command center is being harassed here, and it's going to be harassed quite a bit. The Hellions will have to come back, and command center is taking a ton of damage, if I may say, and he'll definitely need to undergo repairs. Extra minerals are going to be spent on it. Oh dear. 5 more.
That was terrifyingly low here.
Yeah, 2 more Zerglings could have made the difference there. Macro Hatch going up here. Roachworn as well. Maybe he should put a few more guys on gas now. Maybe get a second. He's even getting a layer now. But yeah.
Faster layer than usual for Bulletproof. In addition to that, Macro Hatch looks like he's looking for some aggression winners. Why else would we be going for a Macro Hatch and a lair at the same time? Looking very strange here, whereas Dan has finally secured his natural and no Thors, so he is going for that +1 vehicle upgrade as I predicted, and he is continuing to produce Hellions and siege tanks.
Yeah, well, Dan had to spend a lot of resources here trying to repair the planetary fortress. His Zerglings are gonna be trapped here, unfortunately.
And look at those Blue Flame Hellions, man. The Blue Flame absolutely rip apart the Zerglings.
One of them has 11 kills.
Oh, wow. So what does the worker look like? Worker count look like now?
The worker count is ugly. It is like 54, 53 against 34 in Bulletproof's favor.
Oh, wow. Even had he had 5 mules, wouldn't have been able to make up for the difference. But Dan is investing a lot. He did take up very fast, and he's investing a lot on these tanks and this mech play. So that is why his worker count isn't as good as isn't as high as it should be. Bulletproof, on the other hand, has decided to take a third, so not much. He might have changed his mind about the aggression once he saw the blue flame hellions and knew that his zerglings wouldn't be able to do much. Roaches are now out on the field, only 7 for the time being, so definitely not enough to go against the tanks. Hellions now trying to poke and probe, but are pushed back by the roaches. I guess those roaches were only for defensive purposes. And Winters, looks like you are dying to say something, so please let us know.
Yes, so yeah, Bullet is getting his third here. The blue flame hellions are going to harass it for a while, but the roaches will be sent over there to intercept them before they can do any serious damage to that hatchery.
That's right.
Bulletproof is certainly taking his sweet time, but now look at them. He's moving his other roaches into positions to maybe cut off the hellions here. This is very smart play. Is it gonna work? One hellion. Oh yes, very nicely done. 2 hellions. Oh, a third one. Miss micro here from Dan, losing another one without any good reason. Creep spread is doing just fine. Now +2 already on the way. Thor's coming out as well. Dan Cake, he's keeping up. The army should favor him. Army supply is in a slight favor to him, about 7 supply.
That's right.
But the economic advantage is slightly, well, it's actually also in... Actually, without mules, Bulletproof is ahead. Let's just settle on that.
Fair enough. So, these 2-0 mech, I think this is going to be great, especially considering that Bulletproof is going... went for roaches for some reason, even though he know that his opponent is going for heavy mech very early on. The roaches are only good against mech in very large numbers, so sending only 7 for this attack does not really make much sense.
Roaches are great against Thors, but not so against siege tanks.
And none of those numbers winners. The key is the numbers. Roaches will work wonders if they are in good numbers.
Well,
and if they are upgraded well. But 0-0 roaches against 2-0 tanks.
1-1.
Well, 1-0 tanks for the time being, which will be 2-0 very soon, is never a good idea, to say the least.
Let's see how many. 32 roaches will take care of 5 tanks, if I may say so.
Definitely.
The Zerg is doing quite well. Production is definitely in his favor. And look at Bulletproof. He's getting a 4th base because he's like, whatever.
Why not?
Yep. Oh, now siege tanks are not sieged. 1. Oh dear. Dan is gonna lose all tanks.
Yeah, he's gonna lose all the Thors, all the tanks. And very unfortunate for Dan, as Bulletproof just caught him off guard just at that moment where he was unsieged. And the problem is with mech winners is, as we all know, it takes a very, very long time to rebuild your army. And on the other hand, the roaches can be rebuilt instantly, and that's of course the big advantage of the Zerg race.
Yep. So a 4th going up for Bulletproof. Units streaming across the map. Creep making its way across the map. More upgrades, more everything for Bulletproof. He has a 70 supply lead, and well, Dan is facing a 2-0 here.
Definitely 2-0, facing 2-0, and closer and closer to losing another final here, as he has been a finalist before, a runner-up before here. Bulletproof wisely accumulating even more roaches, as he does know the siege tank count is down now, and as long as he constantly denies that 3rd for Dan, he should be in a constant lead here.
Yeah, well, the main is running pretty low here. The natural is definitely oversaturated. The 4th has now popped for him, and Burrow. Oh dear.
Oh man.
This is it. He's gonna unburrow, and he's gonna... Yeah, this is... Where's the unburrow? Where is it?
Oh, there we go. And all those tanks will be taken out. And I think this is it for our good friend Dan. And he's less than 100 supply. And Dan is forced to GG. And Bulletproof, man, he's looking unstoppable, man.
Yeah, there's the 2-0.
It is 2-0 now up. And judging from the first two games, I do think Bulletproof will take a clean sweep 3-0 in this grand final.
Yep, I think so too. So, oh, that was a fast invite here. I'm already in the lobby of the next. The stream is still somewhere else. Crossfire. Not the map I would choose. But okay, whatevs. We're not playing, so it's cool. And yeah. So yeah, 2-0 it is. Dancake is down. Bulletproof is behind. And we're waiting just on this match to start. It might be potentially our last match of the day. I know that Gunman was already playing JIR. There we go. Two-player map, Crossfire. It has become not as popular as it once was, but we'll talk about that later.
Definitely not. So we're back again, winners. You and myself, twdnewh, in this third game of the grand final of the StarCraft 2 MENA Cup number 12. Spawning on the top right corner, it is the purple Terran Dan, winner of one of our previous winners here. And in the bottom left, another previous winner. It is his comrade, his Lebanese comrade, the green Zerg Bulletproof, who's up 2-0 in a very impressive run in this tournament and in this series so far.
Yep, that is absolutely right. Crossfire would not be my map of choice, playing the way Bulletproof has been playing here. Very Zerg friendly map, very muta harass map, if I may say so. Lots of little pathways, and it's actually quite easy for the Zerg to get the bases once he is in his, you know, in his domain.
That's right.
As we do experience.
So, you think Bulletproof is gonna go for a hatchery first again in this map?
Yep, I would definitely say so.
And look at that annoying drone taking out the SCV, and he will actually kill off the SCV, but
1-1.
SCV, yeah, they're even now, but I think this will actually impact the Terran a little bit more.
Yep, I do agree so, and let's see what yep, Bulletproof is gonna go for that hatch first. Yep, a stupid drone, that's how it works. So yeah, delaying the barracks just by a few seconds is definitely worth it. The drone wasn't mining anything in any case, so he wasn't losing any income, but delaying that barracks just by a few seconds will buy him enough time to get that hatchery up and do what he does. Again from Dan. Whoa, he's actually going for Reapers, yeah.
Once again, Reapers.
I like Reapers.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Come on. Yeah, I used to throw with 3 racks Reaper on the ladder. That was quite funny.
Yeah, and you trolled me as well.
Yeah, but I still lost. Oh well.
It was fun.
Yeah, anyhow, back to the game. So it looks like Reaper expand here from Dan. He's actually he's lagging, that's one thing. He's also getting a bunker here. The drone spots it,
Right.
but they can't really get to it. First Reaper has popped, the second on its way.
So a lot of people might be asking, you know, if some of our new reviewers are asking, why is he building this bunker here if he has no Marines to follow it up, or, you know, even if he doesn't send a unit here to try and go in the bunker, building the bunker itself just scares the Zerg into pulling out the drones from the mineral line and trying to kill off the SCV building it. And, you know, this is a little thing which a lot of Terrans do, just to try and reduce the income early on for the Zerg. And of course, any income lost this early into the game is definitely impactful, as it can impact the build order, any strategy or plan which your opponent had, and so forth. So, although he lost the SCV and did not finish the bunker, he was still able to cause damage for his opponent. And eventually did cancel the bunker in time and got back 75 of his minerals, which is not a bad deal at all.
Yeah, and that second Reaper, well, he's already up to 3 kills. No Spinecrawler in the making. There's a Queen though, so let's see. So yeah, I mean the Reaper, good on him. He's gotten 3 kills. He did a bit of
Definitely
scouting.
more successful this time around.
Yeah, and another Reaper and a third on the way. So
and a third command center as well, winner.
So yeah, Dan definitely wants to put on the hurt, and I tell you, 3 Reapers at a time, they take out pretty much anything very rapidly.
Definitely agree, and the thing is, this build order and building a third command center really fast works extra well when your Reapers do good damage.
Yeah.
If your Reapers are not able to do enough damage or don't kill off, a few drones or a few Zerglings, then this build isn't quite as effective. And I'm really happy to see that this Reaper play has finally worked for Dan, as we have seen him try and do it time and time again during this tournament and was not as successful.
And
but
Bulletproof gets in. Oh dear.
Unfortunately for Dan, he makes the same mistake he did in the first game, which is forgetting to put up the
raise the supply depot.
Raise the supply depot before the Zerglings are able to scout in, and now the Zerg know everything. They've seen the third command center.
And all 3 Reapers are lost, and well, I think Dan's just gonna tap out.
Just when we were saying, Dan was doing so much better this time around, he makes a grave error there and lets the Zerglings go in and scout everything.
Yeah.
And there was no reason to, because the Reapers can just hop off the cliff. So I think that was a very unfortunate mistake by him.
Yeah, very unfortunate. And well, let's look at the resources lost. The Terrans lost about double of his opponent there. Zerglings are going to be... What does Dan really have? He's got nothing. He could just, well, harass up there if he really wanted to. There are no units out there for Dan at this point, and Bulletproof doesn't know it, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's 20 supply up, and he probably doesn't. He probably thinks that he might be down in supply, but Dan's 3 command centers with the mules should come into play fairly soon here. We should see him move one of the command centers down to the expansion.
Yeah.
Zerglings, of course, are there to try and see when this happens and maybe try and stop it. But siege tanks are now up, and once siege tech is done, the Zerglings will have to be pushed back. Bulletproof, on the other hand, is taking a third at the bottom right corner.
Yeah, but interesting position here on the macro hatch. Definitely vulnerable if siege tanks were to siege up on the higher plateau. That hatchery would fall in a matter of seconds.
Definitely agree.
A layer going up here, spine crawlers just in case. And he knows the timings. He knows that Medevacs should be out at roughly the 10-minute mark. Obviously, getting the second command center did impact his build order slightly, but let's see what he's going to go for.
So he's moving out both command centers at the same time here.
Yeah.
Or no, he actually decides against that and is moving his command center towards the other third base location. Which I think is easier for him to defend. Some SCVs being transferred to the natural now, and Spire coming up for our Zerg player. So looks like we're going to see Muta play finally from Bulletproof.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I predicted here. Definitely a Muta-friendly map. Lots of well, great distances to cover for the Terrans. Mutas are very fast, but in the meantime, the third has not popped for Bulletproof. Getting a few spine crawlers.
Oh, look at this, winners. The Zergling spots the command center going to that upper left location. Very unfortunate for Dan. And I do not like this, winners. I think he should have dropped this. If he wanted the third orbital, I think it should have been on the 3 o'clock position.
Yeah.
Because a third base or a base that far off from you should definitely be a planetary fortress. I mean, command center will just not work. And I don't know, I'm just not liking this at all.
No, I'm not liking it at all. Well, Dan might be in the supply lead, but I think we all know who really has the true lead here, and that is Bulletproof. Spire has now popped, and let's see. Well, he's gonna get about 6-7 meters right away, I sure hope. And he's even gonna go for that gold right away. Oof. And Dan, on the other hand, what does he have? He has exactly 1 medevac, 20 marines, and 3 tanks. So not too much that he can make use of at this point.
He is dropping down a couple of reactors on his racks, though, so he will be able to improve his production a lot. Maybe produce about, let me see, about 6 marines at a time. Not too bad. The second reactor was actually for the starport for double medevacs. He is looking at the upgrades now. What's the Zerg looking like, Winters, as the Terran is still on 0-0 for both his mech and his and his bio.
1-1, and now the mutas. One muta already going down. So let's see here. What bulletproof? How good his unit control is. He already denied the second orbital, engineering bay here for him, taking out an SCV. And again, what players need to realize: mutas do not always need to kill or die. They are used to pick off units to keep the Terran in his base, and for the Zerg to expand on the map to get more units. And let's see what this little Zerg run by here can do. Well, the tank got off one shot and now it's dead, and a lot of SCVs.
Now there's nothing here to defend against only a few Zerglings, and this is exactly why I thought, I was saying that it is better to have Planetary Fortress this far away from your base, taking unnecessary damage. Really, I mean, it's great to have additional mule drop and additional potential scans, but it just makes it so much more difficult to defend, and especially with mutas around the, constantly moving around the map. I certainly don't think it's a good idea.
Yep. Well, the Zerglings were able to pick off turrets here and there, and the muta ball is steadily growing. 18 mutas out on the field right now, and well, though Bullet, he should not engage that right now. There are too many marines, especially on stem and the medevac. That would be pretty ugly, but yeah, why not go to the main? Why not pick up a starport, a factory, and reactors altogether? And yeah, so as things start burning, Dan Cake must be wondering, what can I do against Zerg? Well, Bulletproof losing a couple of mutas there unnecessarily, but it was definitely worth it. Starport going down, the reactor is gonna burn to the ground as well. Bulletproof, look at him, he's even so cocky, he's taking that base right next to Dan. I like. The creep spread is pretty good as well. He can even take another base here on the left hand side, and I think it is pretty imminent that we shall see a 3-0 here.
It certainly looks like it. Dan, though, is also going for a gold. He has preemptively built the 2 missile turrets, going for even a 3rd and 4th missile turret. Looks like he's very worried about this mutaball roaming around.
Yep.
And I think once he has those missile turrets up, he will eventually move that command center to that position. Zerg, of course, very bravely and very confidently, as you mentioned earlier, does take that very strange location for a base. I think a little too ambitious, but why not? Dan, though, is finally making his push here towards the center of the map.
Oh, he needs to be careful, though. The
the
mutas.
The tanks and actually,
there's a Thor
there. But if he picks off the Thor, then man, this is terrible for Dan. Did not have some marines behind to protect the tanks and the Thor.
And now here, oh dear.
And now Banelings making their way in.
Oh,
taking out a lot.
That's
is
it.
That
GG.
All the marines are taken out, and now the mutas are free to kill off all the tanks.
And that's
Dan is forced to GG with his entire army being wiped out, and Bulletproof is our champion for this week.
Okay, 3-0, and I think this is a record time for the SC2 MENA Cup.
Very
well. Congrats, Bullets. He is our champion. Dan takes second, and I'm not sure who's taken third. Let me check, but I think Gunman should have won against JIR unless there was a major upset. Gunman, he's still in game, so I'm just gonna check. So, but what did you think, twdnewh? Good matches today.
Bulletproof looked unstoppable. Overall, the matches were very entertaining, but Bulletproof simply outplayed Dan in every possible scenario, every possible way. Micro, macro, timing, uh, just everything. Very, very impressive by Bulletproof. I'm very surprised, but surprised in a very good way. And I really see good things happening, coming from Bulletproof in the future,
Yep.
as he has shown that dedication, hard work do pay off. Winners.
Yep.
We've seen him improve quite a bit from the last time, from the last couple of cups.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. So yeah, congratulations to Bullet here, beating his countryman 3-0. Well, I didn't want a 3-0, but that's what eventually happened. Good on him, really showing that he deserves his spot up in Masters, and why not even a Grandmasters, be the first Lebanese Grandmaster? If there are any
That's right.
others out there, please forgive me and forgive my ignorance, but I'm not aware of any Grandmaster Lebanese players. If you are, please message me at winters@gaming420.com or leave a comment at SC2 MENA on Facebook.
They can also reach you on Twitter, I believe.
Yeah, that's well, SC2 MENA, that's my Twitter handle. I kind of forgot about the private one, as I care more about the community than my self-esteem. So everything is pretty much good, and I think we're done for today in, well, 3 hours and 50 minutes. That's okay.
It's record time, man. These cups are getting better and better and more efficient, which
Yep.
is always a fantastic thing to see.
Although I'd like to see more people sign up, though.
Yeah, definitely more sign up will make us happier and will be better for the community, as more matches mean more casting, more practice for everyone, and more fun overall.
Yep, that is absolutely correct. Otherwise, we had a blast. I'm sure you guys on stream liked it as well. My name is Winners, and with me is twdnewh, and we'll be back next week.
That's right.
Saturday. It is SC2 MENA Cup time. So again, I'll be making a few announcements on certain changes, so stay tuned. Otherwise, happy gaming. My name is Winners, and twdnewh, any last words?
Good night, and thanks everyone for tuning in.
Yep, thank you. Take care.